Hello and welcome to the homecoming of the Buena Vista University Beavers. It is the first broadcast from the brand new stadium that we're getting this year. We're looking forward to it between Buena Vista and the Cornell College Rams. Today is a gorgeous day, and I don't think we could have asked for anything better, could we, Phil?
No, it's a really nice day. There's not too much wind. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day here. Interesting thing, this is actually the last game that the Beavers and the Rams are going to play, as Cornell's going to a different conference next year. So it's homecoming. It's the last matchup between them. We got a lot of stuff at stake here, so it's going to be a good game. You can watch more here in just a little bit, because right now we're actually going to go to a commercial break and we'll be right back.
Has everything lost its fun? Tired of your laptop always breaking down on you? Do video games bore you? Is the same old food no longer appetizing? If everything has lost its fun, at least you can always turn to the U, the University Cable Network, providing fun since the beginning of time.
No, I don't want to give you mine, oh no. I don't want to meet you nowhere, no. I don't want none of your time. I don't want no scrub is standing from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to holler at me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride, trying to
They need to
Dad, you're not mad at me, are you?
I am. If you didn't save me some of those chips.
I did. Yeah.
I cannot believe you two.
Patience.
You forgot the dip.
Use it before you lose it.
Ooh, that was close.
From the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
So let's take it to them.
Are we in the thing?
Check. All right, welcome back. We had a chance to sit down and talk with the 4 team captains of Buena Vista University. They sure got their work cut out for them this week. Cornell is undefeated, and they have a tough quarterback. He's fast, and he's good. So let's send it over to them and see what's going on.
Well, Cornell's a pretty good team. They got pretty good offense. Their quarterback's shifty and can make a lot of moves. They're undefeated right now, and we can't really take them lightly, so hopefully we can come out and get a win.
I know that a lot of past classes at BV have been hoping to get the turf, but we're just lucky enough to be able to play on it while we're still here. As far as game goes, it's way faster playing surface than grass is, so it's just been really, really nice that we have been fortunate to play on that.
It should be a lot of fun. There should be a lot of people here for homecoming. Just a great atmosphere for college football. It really shouldn't affect our game plan at all. We still have to go out and just do what we've been doing all year and hopefully get a win today.
This week we've been focusing on finishing drives and finishing the game. And we got to come out with more of an attitude to finish the game off the full way and to come out with a good start.
All right, Justin, and you know, it's funny, as I'm alumni here, I'm no longer a student, and when I came here in 2004, the field, this track, none of this stuff was here. And now we look at it and we've got this brand new turf field that they're going to play soccer on, that they're going to be able to practice on, all that kind of stuff. We've got the new track. Just really nice to see that, you know, the Buena Vista football team, all those guys can come out here to a new field. They're going to dedicate it at halftime. And actually here they come right now getting ready for this game. But before we go there, you know, like we said, Cornell, good team, good quarterback, really good defense. I think they're top of the Iowa Conference in defense. So the Beavers going to have it cut out for them. Either got to do some work today. But it's homecoming, and on the plus side, Jay Anderson, 4-1 as head coach of the Beavers on homecoming day. So, you know, it's going to be a good game. They're out on the field. We got to go back upstairs so we can do some play-by-play. So we're going to hit it to a commercial, and then we'll meet you back up top.
Come on, baby. Let me back in, please. Baby, please. I'm sorry. You know I didn't mean it. Come on, baby. Please.
Does this remind you of you? Give her the UCN. It's the sweetest thing.
I want to see the world.
When you pick up a book, I used to read every night to all the younger kids, and let your imagination break free, you won't believe how much fun it can be.
Let down your house!
Experience a world of adventure, excitement, and endless possibilities. Get tangled up in a good book. Explore new worlds. Read. Visit read.gov today.
America is turning over a new leaf. The Smart Way leaf. Smart Way from the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency is changing the way America drives. Look for the Smart Way leaf to help you identify environmentally friendlier cars and trucks. Smart Way certified cars and trucks are more fuel efficient, produce fewer greenhouse gases, and can save you money. And when you're helping the environment, it's a nice reflection on you. Smart Way, because it's time America turned over a new leaf. Follow the leaf. Go to www.epa.gov/smartway.
Of course, the U's the answer.
Cornell College, like I said a little bit earlier, Cornell is 2-0. Haven't played an Iowa Conference game yet. The Beavers, of course, 0-3 after that tough loss last week against Wartburg. But it's homecoming here in Storm Lake. The Beavers are hungry. I hope that they make some wood out of this Cornell and gnaw them down. That's what Beavers eat, right? But it's homecoming here. Do you have any thoughts on it there, Justin?
Well, you know, both teams got a lot to go for today. You know, like you said, this is the first Iowa or IAC conference game for Cornell, but it's also their last season. So you know they want to come out, finish off with a bang. But it is homecoming here, so BV's got a lot going for them. A lot of crowd support, alumni, everybody's here. And it should just be a really great game, I think.
Yep, and like I was saying earlier, Justin, we're pretty close to the visitor bench here.
We really
are. Cornell,
are.
With the construction going on, there's no visitor seats over across the way, so they're pretty close to us. And I can tell you these fans right here want to see a Cornell win, but all the fans to the left of us, they want to see a Beaver win. So hopefully the Beavers can go out there today, give them that W.
Yeah. And as you mentioned with the construction, you know, the field does look great. And just a few weeks ago, I was concerned. I mean, this was a giant just mud pit. You know, it was terrible out here. But this is a really good looking field. This is kind of my first like big wide look at it. And
yep, it's a great field. You know, and it's going to be one of the better fields in the Iowa Conference. There's a few other schools out there with the turf. I think Wartburg has a turf field and stuff like that. But the Beavers, now we've got the newest turf field. It's great to go out there on this brand new field that they're going to dedicate at halftime.
Yep.
And it's going to be a good game. We're almost underway here. Looks like the Beavers are getting pumped up. The crowd's getting energetic. We're almost time to go.
You can see everybody along the sideline there. Everybody's getting antsy. They're all getting stretched out. And they're taking the field right now, so it's getting down to time.
Looks like Cornell's going to receive to start the game. So Cornell's going to get the ball first, like we said. Good offense Cornell has, great quarterback.
Making the kickoff is
they're going to try and get on the board quick
Anderson
here to start the
definitely.
game. And
it's
the Beavers,
Beaver football.
we talked about Cornell's defense, number 1 in the Iowa Conference. Not to take anything away from the Beavers, they're 3rd in the conference right now. So, you know, they don't have a bad defense either. There's got a couple guys out there who are looking to get the tackles that they need. I think we've got one player just a few tackles away from getting to a milestone for him. He's 13 tackles away from 300 total. Wow. That's a big thing for him, so I know it'd be great if he could get some tackles out there today, get him going.
Yep.
And we're almost underway. Here we go.
Here we go. Kind of a low kick, but looks like he'll get about the 10. He'll run back, and he's taken down at about the 20. Maybe a couple more yards.
There by the Beavers.
And now BV's defense going to come on the field. So I guess we'll get a good look at that quarterback that they got first, huh?
You know, you got to think new stadium, new field, homecoming. The Beavers are pretty fired up right here. They want to play. They want to get this W. So let's see how fierce they are when they come out to start this game on defense.
Definitely. We got 3 wideouts. And he'll fake the handoff and pass it out to the right side there where he's pushed out of bounds. Looks to be about the 28-yard line.
Pass complete.
Quick little bubble screen there to the wide out on the far corner.
28-yard line.
It looks like they're going to be utilizing that quarterback a lot if they're going to keep on going to this wide out formation that they have. They're going shotgun right now. And he'll hand it off and cut up the middle there. Looks like a gain of about 2 or 3 yards.
The defense smelt the run from the get-go there.
Yeah.
Bunched the front, got a bunch of people in there to fill the holes, fill the gaps.
3rd and 3 on the Rams'
stopped him.
30-yard line.
Big down coming up, 3rd and 3. If we could get a stop, go a 3 and out to start this game out, we get good
fantastic.
field position coming out after this one. So this is a big down for the Beavers. Hopefully they can stop them.
It definitely looks like they're going patch right now. We'll see if they actually do it or if they're just trying to throw them off. And they do. Going out to the left side.
Good coverage.
It's incomplete.
Threw it to his wideout, but of course the defensive back was all over him. Didn't even have a chance to get in there.
Yep.
And now the Beavers special teams goes out. We're on punt return already. Quick 3 and out.
Yep. It was definitely a good defensive effort on their part.
Got 2 receivers back there to field this punt.
That's good hang time, down to about the 30.
Good
And
blocks,
he'll run it back
actually.
to the left side, skipping over one guy, and he'll come down at about the 40-yard line there.
Good field position for the Beavers to start.
Yep, not a bad place to start with.
41-yard line, 1st and 10 Beavers.
Now, like we said earlier, the Beavers need to go out there and they need to finish a drive. Last week against Wartburg, running back had a big game, career high in rushing yards, but they just couldn't finish some of those long drives. So hopefully the Beavers can go out there and do that today.
Definitely. And he'll pitch it out to the right side, and he'll get stopped just before the line of scrimmage. It looks like a loss of about 3 on the
Brought
play.
down in the backfield by most of the defenders on the field. Loss of 2, going to bring down 2nd.
The announcer in the stadium pointed out that a lot of defenders were on him. And
Little hard to
that's very
pinpoint
true.
just a one tackler on that one, so he went ahead and pointed out all of them.
Seems like there was a little bit of a breakdown in the offensive line. Hopefully we can get that worked out.
And of course, freshman quarterback Bobby Brown's out there, hoping to get a win here, first win.
Yep. And he's dropping back, and he'll throw it
Airs
out
it
to the
out.
left side. That's deep, but just a little bit too far. Larry Marcel is not able to catch up to that.
Comes up a little long, going to bring up 3rd and 12.
We'll be on 3rd and 12 now. This is a big play here because, you know, we stopped them on their first drive.
Yep.
So if we can get momentum off of that, you know, that would definitely be to our benefit. But if we get stopped, then we're back in an even game again.
Couple plays of not really making any progress. Picking up a big 3rd down here would be huge if the Beavers could do it. John Hill's in the backfield with Bobby Brown. And he's going to pass.
He's going to drop back.
He's under a little pressure.
And he'll make it up to about the 48. Not enough, though.
Not enough. The Cornell Rams came there with a lot of pressure on the Beavers. And Bobby Brown got a little rush, had to run out of the pocket. Had good coverage down the field. No receivers were open, and he had to take off with it.
That was a good scramble, though. You know, taking about 10 yards. You know, if we wouldn't have had that first one there, it would have been sitting pretty good.
Snap was a little high on the punt, but he pulled it down.
Sheldon
Luckily,
Farrell's able to grab it. That's a good deep punt, high, and that's a fair catch down at the 15. But we do have one guy down for the Buena Vista Beavers.
and you're looking at there on the screen, we've got the Beaver fans, the super fans out there, body paint and all for homecoming. They're ready to go. Hopefully they stand in the right way. We don't want to see the Beavers out there. We want to see the Beavers.
Our dyslexic fans out there.
Yep. Still can't quite tell who the injured player is down on the field. Looked like going down to make the tackle for the punt, and got maybe a little hit in the back.
Looks like
it's
13, Tyler Kibbe.
Yep, looks like it might be Tyler Kibbe there. Might be just an ankle sprain, maybe a knee. Walking a little tenderly there. Trainer's gonna get him off the field.
1st and 10 Rams on their own 16-yard line.
You know, he's one of those guys with a lot of heart and spirit on the team. You hate to see him go down, but we hope for the best for him. Hopefully he'll be able to come back in here. But Cornell is back on the ball. They're going from the shotgun again. He's going to scramble out to his left. Oh, he slips, and he's taken down in the backfield then.
Looks like almost it was a designed option
Brendan
play.
Stein on the quarterback
like we said,
keeper.
quarterback's quick, so that option could be very good to him running out there, but he slipped in the backfield. Looks like he lost about 4 yards.
Down and 14.
They're all the way back to about the 12 or 13 now. So that field is getting longer as time's going by.
You know, I wonder if we're not going to see a lot of this year. You know, teams coming onto this field not quite used to the turf and losing their footing as they're trying to scramble. And he's dropping back, and nobody's
Beavers
open.
had
He's
some
going to run
pressure
up
on
the
him.
middle, and he's able to get back up to about the 25.
Brendan Stein scrambles
And it
forward,
looked
brought
like
down by
he's getting up a
Travis
little tenderly there.
Fortner.
Cornell quarterback reaching down to the ankle.
Going to bring up 3rd and 5 for the Rams.
Looks like his ankle might be hurting him a little bit. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that can keep him in the pocket rather than running around outside of it. Anytime you can get rid of that part of the game for the Beavers, it's going to make defending them a lot easier.
Yep. As we pointed out, he's a speedy guy, so you know, taking him out like that might not hurt us too bad.
Good
He's
pressure
gonna be
again by the
scrambling
Beavers,
again.
and there is
There's
a flag. On the play.
And it'll be caught at about the
You got to assume that flag in the position of his
Pass
holding.
complete to Thomas Connor.
Yep.
Which is going to put
Takes it to the
Rams
38-yard
even
line
further
of the Rams,
back
but there
in
is
the
a
field.
flag on the play.
And on offense, you hate to see that when a play comes together, you get some good yardage down the field,
you
and
pick up the first down.
Got to come right back.
And like we thought, it's that holding call. Good news for the Beavers, bad news for the Rams, of course. They're all the way back where they were to start the play. You know, on second down, they're back to third and 14. I'm sorry. Got to pick up a lot of yardage here. Hopefully, we can keep that quarterback contained, keep our men on those wideouts, as it's obviously a passing down.
Yep. You can tell from their formation, there's a lot of wideouts, and it's actually going to be a short pass right up front there.
Just tried to do the tight end. He was out blocking. Actually, I'm sorry, it might be the running back. Came out of the pocket with a quick block.
Looks like just a little hook right up front.
Going to bring up 4th and 15
Beavers
for the
were on him
Rams.
right from the get-go. They could smell him coming out of the backfield.
Yep.
And stopped him before he could do any real damage. Actually got a loss on the play.
It's kind of a high pass, and so he wasn't able to tuck it in and run right away, so he was stopped immediately.
And now Cornell kicking from out of the back of the end zone. Never a good thing. You've got a shorter field to kick, less room in between you and the players running right at you. Not a great kick.
Nope.
Only goes out to about the 40-yard line.
It's going to be fair caught. No return.
So now Beavers started on the 40 last drive. This drive starting on the other 40. A little less yardage to go.
Putting the Beavers in excellent
a
field
quick
position.
10 yards,
1st and 10
15,
Beavers.
20 yards. They're in field goal position and can take a lead in this game early.
Yep. Getting any points is important.
You know, when you get good field position like this, it's important to take advantage of it. You can't blame a team if they're all the way backed up at their 2, but when they got good field advantage, you know, you got to do something. You got to take advantage of that.
When you only have 40 yards of work as opposed to 80, it's just that much easier.
Quick little run there by Hill. Looks like he picked up
John
about
Hill breaks to
2.5
the line,
yards.
down by a good part of their line. Going to be a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 Beavers.
Looks like a pretty good spot. Gave him the full 3 yards.
It's a pretty spread formation, going from shotgun.
3 wideouts on the right side. And a nice little move there. Look
Excellent
at him go.
fake handoff off to the left side there.
Quick little.
John Hill finds
that
a
is a
ball
first
and
down.
takes it
So.
way down.
A lot of
Brought
diversion
down
there.
by
They had
Jeffrey
everybody
Bongo.
pulled to the right.
Takes
And
it
then
all the
John
way
Hill
to the
just
Rams'
pulled to the
22-yard
left.
line.
Quick little
First
handoff
down,
as Bobby Brown is
Beavers.
rolling out to the right.
That's definitely a good
Next
sell
thing you
by
know, you pick up
Bobby Brown there.
10, 12 yards there. You know, I could be mistaken, but if he keeps running like that, he may land a Kardashian before the day's over.
He's going to roll out to the right.
throwing the flag. Huge mistake there by Cornell.
That was big. You could see before the ball even got there that it was going to be a short pass. And it did. It skipped way out in front of him. But just because Cornell was on him, that's going to be a pass interference call right there.
Marcel.
If he would have just let him go, I don't think he would have caught it, and they still would have been back.
Still waiting from the officials. They're doing a lot of talking. Maybe it wasn't as clear-cut as we thought there on that call, but they're out there discussing what they're going to do. So it looks like there was 2 calls on the play. This preliminary call indicates. Let's see what he says out here.
Looked like pass interference for sure.
We had holding, number 1 on the offense.
Okay.
Pass interference, number 10 on the defense. Those penalties are declined. Replay, first down.
Okay, so the big mistake by the Cornell Rams goes
we'll just call
unpunished, per se, as Marcel was out there. Got away with a little bit of hold. The ref saw it. 2 penalties, they offset. We're just going to replay the down.
Yep.
Football's fun. Why do we got to end it so quick? Let's just do it again. So we're back at about the 21.
We'll go from under center, handoff going right up the middle there. And he gets stood up about a yard or 2 in.
Another good run, though, by Hill. He's coming out of the backfield with good speed. He's got some good cuts. And on the plus side, the Beaver offensive line is making some holes for him, which is going to make his day a whole lot easier out there.
And what's really good is he didn't get tackled. He got stood up.
Absolutely.
They're not hitting hard, so.
He kept those legs churning. It's hard to take a guy down when he just keeps pushing that pile forward.
Yep. Good quick handoff again, but Cornell took advantage of a hole in the offensive line, brought him down for a loss of yards.
Yep, the Rams got back in the backfield before he had a chance to turn on those burners, and he was stopped in the backfield. So back to almost where we started, 3rd and 9.
On the Rams' own 23-yard line.
Halfway through the first quarter here, still 0-0. Beavers are hoping they can get on the board this possession.
I'm just curious if they're going to go for the first down or if they're just going to go all the way for.
Yep, maybe put the ball in the middle of the field a little bit more, give the kicker a little bit better chance. But they say no, they want the first down. And there's a tight end with a one-handed.
And they'll take the touchdown as well. That was to Logan Laird.
That was Marcel with that sweet one-handed catch.
Yep.
On for the extra point attempt.
Beavers are on for the extra point. Want to make it a good 7-0 game.
Gunnar Wyatt's going to come in to kick that extra point for us. It's up. And it's good.
Just chips it right in there.
Excellent. So, homecoming day, Beavers are off to 7-0 lead.
And like we said early before the game, it's all about finishing those drives. Beavers started their own 40-yard line. A good run by Hill, and then a good pass and an amazing catch by Marcel, and the Beavers are up 7-0 that quick. Halfway through the first quarter, and we got the lead here in Storm Lake, Iowa.
With Cornell's offense, I'm not going to be surprised that the Beavers are going to be in their defensive zone a lot. So if you can get the ball in your offensive zone, you got to take advantage of that, and they did that right there.
Absolutely. So now, the Rams aren't quite out on the field yet. Beavers, not much to talk about that possession. They like what they saw. Cornell, they got a few things to talk out over there. That defense, number 1 in the Iowa Conference, maybe not looking as sharp as they did against some of those non-Iowa Conference schools that they played earlier this season.
Well, and I'm just going to point out that Cornell's first win was 36-35.
Absolutely.
It definitely wasn't a defensive shutout. So that's always positive. And BVU's struggle has been putting points up on the board. The opposing teams haven't put up a whole lot, so. And it's off. It's a high kick, but fairly short. They'll get it about the 25. They'll head up, breaking a few tackles, and he'll come down to about the 37.
I think he hit the hit stick there, lowered the shoulder pads, came out there. But, you know, it was a short kick, not really that great of a return. He found a hole, he found a pocket, he got another 15 yards, but they would be at the 20 or the 25 if it was a little bit better kick. So they're starting just outside the 40 on the 38-yard line. A little bit of a shorter field, but, you know, the Beavers got him about here last time and had him stalled out. So
Juan Flores, Cornell's quarterback, goes from shotgun, and he'll dump it out to the left side. Short pass. That'll be a gain of about 2 on the play.
Reception brought down by a host of Beavers.
Almost right on the 40.
Going to gain about 1 on the play. 2nd and 9 Rams from their own, let's say, 40-yard line. Except I meant 39.
So like we said, quick pass out there. They only pick up 1.5 yards there. Again, quarterback in the shotgun.
Good fake handoff. And they'll dump it out to the left side. And
yeah, he definitely sold the play action there. Faked the handoff, kind of tucked it back away. I'm sitting up here watching the whole game. I almost didn't see it. But then, of course, he started rolling out of the pocket and looking for his wideouts, and that's when he showed that ball to the defense. Don't know if he really fooled too many of them, but they had that nice little bubble screen on the outside corner. He was able to pick up about 6-7 yards.
And that's one pattern that I've noticed so far, is that they're doing a lot of chipping away at yardage. You know, they're not going for anything long. They're not going for the big plays, but they're just always trying to keep getting some yards.
And the Beavers may have stopped them there on that about 3rd and 3.
It looks like it. They might want to call for a measurement here. Oh, no, they're just going to call the first down.
They're going to give him the first. It was a close stop.
It's going to be a first down for the Rams.
Picked up about what he needed and not an inch more. But it's football, and you don't need that extra inch always. You just need to get that new set of downs.
And that's going to be huge later on when they're going through whole drives, eating up all this clock with the short gains. And then getting a touchdown and not leaving the Beavers any time to come back from that.
Yeah, just chipping away at it. 3 plays, a total of 10 yards and a few inches. Not taking their time, not doing a no huddle. And another quick little pass for 2.5 yards.
Pass to Thomas Connor is complete, brought down by Danny Patty and Travis Fortner.
He didn't
even
be
a gain of 1 on that.
2 yards, maybe about a gain of 1
49-yard line
for him there. That's the one bad thing about doing those quick little bubble screens. Your wide receivers catching it in the backfield. You know, sending it wide out down the field. It's all positive yardage if you get it. There's a lot of things that can happen in that backfield when they catch it back there. So he only picked up 1 yard, even though he may have ran 5 or 6.
One of the biggest things, if it's not a quick pass and they dump it out to the side there, that'll be a gain of almost a first down.
Complete to Connor. It'll be right around the.
If it's not a quick pass when they dump it out to the side there, you know, that ball's hanging in the air. If it's still behind the line of scrimmage, that is a fumble.
Yep.
And BV could definitely be taking advantage of that one of these times.
Flores there just finds the hole. Looks like the Beavers were playing a little zone, and they found the hole in between the corners. And quick little 7-8 yards, and now it's 3rd and 1, a much more manageable 3rd and 1.
Yep. I almost wonder if they're not going to just do a little sneak again, and they do.
And Flores keeps it.
And
breaks
he's going to stay up.
4 tackles.
That was a huge gain after I thought he was going to be stopped, almost right at the marker.
Did a lot of spinning and dodging, but not before T.J. Rush brought him down.
How many was that? 4 broken tackles?
I think that's 4 broken tackles, a pretty good spin move. But, you know, that's the thing about Flores. He's quick, yes. And maybe it's because he's standing by all those big linemen out there, but he's a pretty small guy. Sometimes those smaller guys are hard to take down. They get a little lower center of gravity. They keep the legs turning. You saw him, they had his ankles, and he just spun right out of it.
And you'll see the linemen, you know, the stronger person is always who can get under the other one. They're always staying low. And since he's already low, he's taking that to his back.
Fumble, and the Beavers get it.
Yep, BV has it. They're going the other way at the 25.
So Cornell running the option on that play. Don't know if Flores necessarily needed to pitch the ball there.
Right.
He was going to get tackled, but his running back was just as covered as he was. You know, it might be one of those cases where you got to hold on to the ball and take the tackle, because if not, things like that could happen. Running back catches the ball, catches the pitch, and he's under pressure right away, and he fumbles the ball. Beavers come up with it. Big stop, 25-yard line. They were almost in the red zone there, definitely in field goal range to at least give it a try.
Yep. And when you're running to the short side like that with an option, you know, there's not a lot of time to think and react. You know, maybe they should have gone the other way with that, or
pass, and Bobby Brown's airing it out to a wide open. Marcel, the pass was underthrown. I don't know if he was necessarily wide open as much as the D-back outran Marcel, and Marcel ran back to the ball. It's one of those cases where the corner's
there for a little bit.
The corner's playing off of the wide out instead of the ball. If he was playing on the ball, he would have saw that ball and not going to make it.
Yep, exactly.
So he came back to it. Marcel did, catches the ball. Big first down, knocks off about 30 yards there.
And that's what we're talking about, where Cornell's just kind of chipping away. BV's going to go for those big plays. That's going to get the crowd involved. That's going to get the team involved. And that's just going to give them more energy.
And a handoff there to John Hill with about 2.5 minutes left in the game, or in the game. I don't want this game to get over. I love it so much. In the first quarter, 2.5 minutes left in the first quarter. John Hill picks up 8 there, 2nd and 2. That's a manageable down in 2 possessions. 2 plays, 2 yards.
Yep. Now we're kind of back at where we started the last drive, where we ended up with the touchdown. And we'll go with the handoff up the middle.
And he breaks some more tackles. It's going to pick up the first down.
He's definitely hitting the line hard and working for those yards.
Absolutely. He had a lot of Rams on him, a lot of white jerseys surrounded him. But you know, it's one of those things where you tackle with your arms up high. You're not going to bring a running back like Hill down. You're going to have to tackle him low. You're going to have to tackle him hard.
Yep. There were definitely some gaps that the defenders were coming through before, but when you're going that hard, it just doesn't matter anymore.
Yep. Like we said, about 1.5 minutes left in the game.
Or the quarter.
Of the quarter. Why do I keep saying the game?
I don't know. I think you're anxious.
I'm anxious because the Beavers are winning. I want them to.
I'm excited.
And John Hill breaks free.
Straight up the middle.
There it is.
That's about a 25-yard run right up the middle for a touchdown. And the Beavers go up 13-0 right now.
What I was going to say was we had 1.5 minutes left in the game, in the quarter, and I was hoping that the Beavers could score then. Little did I know, 10 seconds later they were going to have 6 more points on the board, going for 7 here with this extra point.
Yep. Starting off like this, I'm really curious how well we're going to be doing the whole game. We could end right now and I'll be happy.
Yeah, John Hill found a hole there and just took it for everything that he had. Pretty low extra point there. Cornell had some hands up, but they get it through. So here we are, 1:19 left in the first quarter. It's not probably the game people were expecting at home. Beavers are up 14-0. Cornell, #1 offense and defense in the Iowa Conference. They've had 2 3-and-outs, had a pretty good drive, picked up about 40 yards, but then fumbled at the 25. Whereas Beavers haven't scored a lot of touchdowns this year. You know, they only scored 1 against Wartburg last week, already out in the first quarter with 2 touchdowns on the board.
Yeah, I think a lot of what's going on here is, you know, Cornell is playing very cautious right now, and they're not going for the big plays that get them down the field. You know, they're just kind of trying to work through Buena Vista and tire them out maybe a little bit. You know, maybe they're setting something up for later on in the game, but right now, you know, BV is commanding this game.
Absolutely, and you got to wonder if this new field, homecoming week, big win. It'd be a huge win here to have the first game on this field be a W. You got to think the Beavers are out there playing with a little bit more.
Yeah.
They've got a little bit more energy. They're a little bit more fired up, and after 2 quick scores, they're going to be a lot more fired up here in just a few seconds.
Definitely. Good kick. Down to the right side of the field.
Got a couple blocks. Good open field tackle there. And he's down at about the 19.
Across the field, brought down by Colin Madd.
I almost wonder if Cornell's cautious play isn't from the new field. You know, Buena Vista's been able to practice on it, you know, all preseason, and they have had one other game here. You know, they're used to it. They're ready to go. Cornell, the second play of the game, their quarterback's slipping back there.
Yep.
You know, I wonder if they're not, you know, trying to kind of hold back a little bit for now until everybody's used to it.
Yeah, give them a few more wind sprints on the turf before we air somebody out 40 yards for the pass.
Yep, exactly.
And a little handoff to the running back. The Beavers had him from the get-go. He picks up about 1.5, 2 yards there. We'll give him a good spot, 3 yards.
Going to bring up 2nd and 8 Rams.
Just under a minute to go in this first quarter. About 50 seconds left. Cornell's not in a rush. You're down 2 touchdowns. You're gonna want to score here eventually, but they've got the whole second quarter.
Yep.
They're not in a big rush here. 4 wideouts and 1 running back.
And he's going to drop down, and he'll end up taking
pressure
it
on
for
Flores,
himself.
and that's what he does right there.
Yep. Well, there goes the cautious running I was thinking of.
Yep.
A lot of good moves out there, breaking past a lot of tackles.
And you got to give the Beavers credit. They're covering those wide receivers. Flores is running out there. He's not looking to run first thing. That wasn't a designated run play. He's looking down the field for receivers. Beavers are sticking to him. He's got nowhere to go.
Yeah, Buena Vista, I got to give them credit, has a lot of awareness as a defense.
Mm-hmm.
You know, once the quarterback, you know, decides to haul that in and take it for himself, I mean, you know, Cornell, you know, all the receivers are doing their jobs. They're covering who they need to.
Yep, and that's the end of the first quarter here. So Buena Vista up 14-0 against Cornell. It's homecoming week here in Storm Lake, and you know, so they're up 14-0. But just like the game's going to be back, we're going to be back, Justin, because we're going to send it to a commercial.
Looking forward to that.
Got to let the sponsors get their part.
Of course, of course.
So we're going to send it to
them.
commercial. We'll be right back for the second quarter of this game. Buena Vista versus Cornell. Take it away.
We'd like to welcome alumni.
Here at the University Cable Network, we're trying to build ourselves a reputation. The key word is trying.
Excuse me. I've been getting mixed messages about women and violence. I need a little clarification.
Uncle Bill, how am I supposed to grow up to respect women when I have such lousy role models?
Boys are never going to approach you.
Can you help me reshape my attitudes towards women?
You need to teach them that violence against women is wrong.
And we're back live at J. Leslie Rollins Stadium.
During the short TV timeout, if you will, not quite the Big 12, but during our TV timeout, Cornell tried a quick little 10-yard pass, incomplete, 2nd and 10 now.
Yep.
Get him.
It'll be another
Flores.
play-action run.
And it looks like the Ball maybe came out, but it looks like he
Flores
was
scrambles
down.
forward for a
The
solid
thing that
gain.
Flores has got to watch out there
That's
is he wants to make sure he's
gonna be a
protecting that
first
ball.
down for Cornell
Don't know if you
College
can see
on
it there
their
at
own
home. When he almost got tackled there in the backfield,
48
he
yard
swung
line.
that ball pretty loose, pretty far away from his body, and you got to watch that. One quick bat to that ball, and it's on the ground and anybody's ball.
Yeah, he was definitely just kind of holding it out there for defenders to grab onto if they wanted. He's got to tuck that in if he's going to run.
I guess his philosophy is if you're quick enough, it doesn't matter, right? Nobody can catch you. They can't swat that ball out.
Got to get up to you to grab it.
And Cornell's doing a lot of play action out there today. Let's see what we got on 1st and 10.
They're going to go straight for the pass. And it'll be right up the middle.
Flores pass to Cox, complete.
That'll take them to about the 29-yard line.
Yep, Justin Cox caught that one. There was a little pressure on Flores there.
The Rams are going to venture
but just
into
not
BVU
enough.
territory, and it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line.
And just like before, he found the hole in the zone and hit his wide out.
Yep. And that's one thing that BV's defense really needs to work on is they have the pass coverage, but they have no pressure to maybe force him to throw it away. What happened there was he just didn't have a receiver open.
Yeah, he thought he had a receiver open, but there was a Buena Vista corner right on him.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, pretty good tackle on that running back on that play action. Brought him down.
Yep.
And we do have a Cornell player down. Looks like it might be 57, Troy Beddard. Cornell trainers are out there.
Hard to tell what it might be from here.
Tended to him, but you know, Cornell's going out of there a lot, and we've seen it more than a handful of times out there. A quick little play action run, then Flores rolls out of the pocket and tries to hit a wide out with a quick little bubble screen on either the far or close side. Quite a bit today. You got to think going into the locker room, Jay Anderson and Jared Cruz are going to go out there and they're going to plan something for that, because I'm sure they're seeing exactly what we're seeing, and that's that Cornell's running this play quite a bit.
Yep. And then Vince Brodingham from Cornell College, head coach over there, he's also got to be thinking, okay, this isn't quite working how we want it to.
Yep.
We got to start changing something up. Maybe they're going to start going for bigger plays, or.
The injured player is up, heading over to the Cornell sideline. I want to say, though, real quick, Justin, what a fantastic day it is here. We're looking at the stands in front of us, and it's a packed house here
this is a
for
huge
homecoming.
Crowd. Very impressed.
So 2nd and 10, Flores is in the backfield, and shotgun with 1 running back and 3 wideouts.
He's looking to pass off to the left side. Has someone open short.
Pass complete to Justin Cox. Brought down by Nick Summerlot and Max Snelling.
Looks like about 5 on the play. And it's going to be 3rd and about
8 on the play, going to bring up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, another big down. You got to hope the Beavers could stop him here and force him to kick a field goal.
Yep.
And, from this distance, it's not a guaranteed 3 points.
Right.
So you got to hope that we can get a big stop here. You're going to watch that play action. He's got 2 running backs in the backfield with him there.
The running game has just been working enough. They might go for it.
And there's a flag.
It's like before the snap even.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 77 on the
False start on the offense.
5-yard penalty,
Big
still
mistake
3rd
there.
down.
That's going to be huge.
By the Rams. What was going to be a 3rd and 2 is now a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8. Not quite as easy to pick up. Definitely, especially when they're doing those short little chip passes,
Yep.
just picking up 5 yards at a time.
And you saw they anticipated a run play. That's what they're going to go with. But now they're probably going to have to change things up and go back to a pass, which they haven't been able to do a lot, much farther than 5-6 yards.
Yep, looks like the fullback's out of the game, and we're just back to 1 running back there.
He will drop
Oh,
back.
and he gets
a lot of pressure back there.
Blocked a lot of pressure on Flores.
And he's scrambling out, and he got held up just enough.
You could tell Flores wanted to go out of bounds there. He's a little guy.
Yep.
He wanted to go out of bounds, but he knew he needed that first down. So he wasn't able to. So he picked up 6, 4th and 1. Big down here. Do they kick the field goal, go for the 3 points, or try and chip away at that lead? Flores is staying out on the field.
Like you said, at this level, it's a lot more difficult to get these, these 30-yard field goals, where it's not a given. You got to go for it, unfortunately.
Yep, they're all the way on that left hash.
Especially being down 14-0 with 12 minutes left in the half, you want to get some points on the board.
Yep.
And you want to get a lot closer than just 3.
Flores was out on the field there, and about 5 seconds left on the play clock, and Vince, the head coach over at Cornell, thought, I better take some time, think about this. It's the second quarter. I got my timeouts left. Let me think it over here for a second. So he calls a timeout. They're on the sideline talking it out. Maybe they're not talking about whether to kick the field goal. Maybe they're talking about what play to run. We don't know. Big down here for Buena Vista.
Let's hear it for the BVU cheerleaders.
And when you're in the red zone,
if you ordered a decal from the BVU cheerleaders, they are.
And you have that
you
chance.
Can pick them up from the cheerleaders.
More than likely, they're not going to give it up.
Yep.
They're going to not just go for the 1 yard that they need, but they're going to try and get in the end zone, probably on this play.
So Flores looks like they're going to go for it, and he's got a couple running backs back there with him, most likely a running back and a fullback, and they just try and push the pile. Flores with a sneak.
We'll see if it's enough. They're probably going to bring out the line gang here.
Looks like they're going to give him the first down. Flores, and that was a quick snap there. He wasn't going to draw that out any longer, trying to catch the Beavers off guard. And snaps the ball quick and just, like I said, little guy, he can sneak right under that pile there, and he's just got to lay down and pick up a yard.
Now they have 4 more downs to just move that much closer to the end zone.
The handoff to the running back, and he gets stopped at the line of scrimmage there. Interesting thing to point out here, Justin,
Jason Profiter rushes
they're at the
ahead for a short
19-yard
gain.
line, so they can get 4 more downs inside the 10-yard line if they so choose. They make it to the 9 without hitting that end zone. They've got 4 downs to get in that end zone.
And that plays out perfectly to their strategy.
Yep.
Where, here we are taking all this time to just go 20 yards, whereas BVU would just go for it, all in one shot. He'll be open in the middle, and he'll slip when he catches it, but that is a Cornell touchdown.
Looks like Michael Reed out there with a touchdown for Cornell Flores to Reed. Just a little about, 19, 17-yard shot there in the end zone. Reed did take a little bit of a hit in the end zone there from a Beaver player. But, that's what we talked about. Cornell's got a good offense.
Yep.
And that's exactly what they're doing. They're chipping away 5 yards here, 5 yards there. And then all of a sudden, your corners are playing up a little bit. And next thing you know, you air them out for 19 yards and you've got a touchdown.
Yeah, they definitely had a lot of strategy behind that drive. They went a ways and took advantage of it.
The kick from Anthony Bridges is good, makes it Buena Vista University 14.
With just over 11 minutes left in the half. Now it's become a game. It's now 7-14.
Yep.
The Cornell fans next to us are fired up.
Yep.
We got to figure out some way to get these Beaver fans fired up.
Yep. Looks like this row down in front of us is having a good time. Yep. Our Beaver crew's having a blast down there, it looks like.
Yep, Beaver fans are having fun, dancing, enjoying life to its fullest.
We would like to recognize the newest members of the BVU
Cornell was able to kind of subtly
regain
control that drive.
Yep. And that's the thing with some of those, when you chip away at that drive started in the first quarter. May not remember, it seems like a while ago.
Yeah.
Cornell drew that drive out, just chipping away, keep going down the field.
Yep.
And that takes a lot of steam out of the defense, but it also takes a lot of steam out of that offense that was red hot going into that quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, and then all of a sudden you've got somebody on another offense on the field for a long time. You get out of playing. So let's hope that the Beavers can come back here, keep that momentum up, keep that energy up that they had going into the quarter.
Yeah, when you take out time in between BV possessions, this huge homecoming crowd isn't as big of a factor anymore because, possession to possession, of course, they're going to be psyched up, but when you take it out,
Good return here by the Beavers.
It's a huge run down the left side where he gets pushed out at about the 43.
Mason Nielsen.
That was Mason Nielsen there. Received it at about the 10-yard line.
All the way into Ram territory. First down,
to the 45-yard line. Again, short field for the Beavers.
Yep.
Got to take advantage of these opportunities. Like we said before, you pick up 20
First
yards here,
and 10
you're
from the
in
Ram
range.
45-yard
you can make it a
line.
2-possession game again.
Yep. It was definitely a huge way to start off this drive in the first possession of this quarter for the Beavers.
And you got to think if the offense was a little bummed out there after giving up that touchdown, they're not going to be anymore.
Exactly.
Hill with the handoff, falls forward and picks up about 5 yards.
Hill charges forward to the 40-yard line, brought down by Alex Latow.
And again, they're not opening up a lot of gaps in the line, but he's able to kind of just charge forward and make his own gaps.
Yep. And John Hill, he's a junior here at Buena Vista. He's just 180 yards away from that 1,000-yard mark. Last week he went for 135. He's having a good game today. He might be able to reach that.
They'll go back to him. There's another
Hill
5.
charges forward,
Picks up another 5
near
yards.
the first
5
down.
yards to carry. Pretty good.
And it is
pretty
first
good
down,
average.
Beavers.
So first down Beavers at the 35-yard line with about 10 and a half minutes left in this half.
Yep. I mean, if they're going to keep on, sending it to him, I mean, why not? He's getting 5 yards a pop. Cornell's defense needs to figure out how can we get on this guy. Go out
and
to
the benefit
pass the right side here.
The
That's
benefit
over to
of
Chase Weaver.
Yeah, the benefit of picking up
with the reception.
5 yards to carry is
Zebra.
when you do that play action, you're keeping a lot of those Cornell defensive front four up on the line. And what happens is you open up a receiver like Weaver right out there, 8 yards out to pick up 8 more yards.
Yeah, I mean, when you got everybody converging on this run, that's always going to be, dangerous. That leaves a lot of receivers open, especially farther down the field where the linemen aren't going to be a factor anymore.
Beavers definitely firing on all cylinders here. A couple guys in motion. And again,
another 5-yard gain.
John Hill picks up
gets
5
the call
more.
again, brought down by Jeremy Denlow, but not before a first down, Beavers.
So there the Beavers are. Now they're definitely in field goal range. Just at the 21-yard line with about 9 minutes left in the half. It'd be great if they could get a score here and then a stop by Cornell on the next possession.
Yeah, BV has every advantage going for them right now. They got to commit to the run every time, and BV can just pass whenever, and they're going to have to leave them open. Looks like a little horse collar maybe reach back and grab when he was trying to get up to the line.
Yeah, John Hill meets some contact
Dylan
in the
Barrett brought
backfield.
down after a short gain,
but
and
there's
a
about
couple
as
flags.
much dirty laundry in those flags
We'll see
out
how
there
that
as there
shakes
is in
out.
your dorm room. There's a lot of flags out there. We're going to see what the call is. Either going to be a horse collar, maybe caught part of the face mask when that defensive lineman was running through.
It was definitely some sort of reach back and grab.
Actually,
going to call a holding.
Okay, so there's a hold against the Beavers, but then they did get that face mask on Cornell, as a preliminary call indicates.
Got a holding on the offense. Personal foul, face mask on the defense. Those penalties offset. Replay first down.
Okay, going to replay another down here.
Haven't really been a very heavy penalty game. The Beavers and the Rams both had some pretty costly penalties at really inopportune times, but of course, the Beavers and the Rams both also committed a foul, so they both offset. The only real penalty yards was that one false start for the Rams earlier in that last drive.
And they still ended up with the touchdown, so. Gonna go deep to the end zone, almost picked off.
There's a late flag. I think that was Dylan Platt.
Is incomplete, but there's
out
a
there
flag on the play.
In the end zone, right through his fingers. Had a couple Cornell players on him. Bobby Brown, that was a good throw and pass by him. He threw it where if anybody got it, it was going to be his wideout, nobody else.
We'll see what this call is. Alex Littau was
Pass
the defender.
interference. Number 8 on the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
And there, Justin, is that costly penalty that both the Beavers and the Rams had avoided earlier with those offsetting penalties. 15 yards. They've got a first down at the 6-yard line.
That was Jeremy Demlow.
First and goal,
and when you talk about John Hill, who's picking up about 5 yards a carry, 6 yards, Beavers got 4 downs to put this in here.
Yep, this is a good position to be in. Only going with one single back right now.
And Cornell smelt that run from about a mile away. They had a linebacker who showed blitz right from the get-go and pretty much got in there completely unblocked. Bobby Brown was lucky enough to get the ball off to John Hill, but he was in the backfield already there to tackle him.
I think Cornell was definitely seeing what we've been seeing all game long here and anticipated that one. BV might have to go to the air on this play.
Yeah, the benefit of getting a little further away from that end zone is it gives you a little bit more room. When you're down at the 5, the 3, the yard line, the end zone gets a lot shallower at that point. And he is going to air it out 1 foot in.
Back of the end zone. He won't be able to grab it in the end zone, though. He'll fall out.
Learkamp catches the pass, but he's out of the end zone. 3rd and goal, Beavers.
Bobby Brown airs it out to the back corner of the end zone. Of course, it's called you only got to get 1 foot in, just a little too far outside of the back of the end zone there for him to pull it down and tap that 1 toe in. Big down for the Beavers. 3rd and 9. 3rd and goal, actually. There's no 9 about it. They want the touchdown.
There's no first downs to be gotten here, just a touchdown.
Oh, there's incomplete. It looks like he got tripped up over his feet, maybe the receiver's feet.
Pass intended for
down, but no
Learkamp
passing
is incomplete.
interference. So
Going to bring up 4th and goal, Beavers.
So here comes the field goal unit. Not an extremely tough field goal, but by no means is it a gimme. They're on that left hash mark. It's going to be a little bit of an angle. Luckily, the wind's not getting too crazy here in Storm Lake.
And it is blocked. They'll pick it up back there, but not able to do anything with it.
And you know, Cornell got back there from the get-go. Wasn't a lot of good protection for the holder there
the Rams the ball back
from the get-go. And that's not the first time we've
line.
seen it on the extra point after that second touchdown by the Beavers. The Rams got pretty close to blocking that one as well. So maybe special teams coach is going to have a little word with them there about making sure they're filling their holes, filling their gaps, getting on their blocks.
Cornell's been able to get a lot of penetration all game long.
So now it's 1st and 10 for the Rams at their 16-yard line.
Not the best of field position.
Not the best of field position, but of course, there's 7 minutes left and they're only down by 1 score.
Yeah. And this is exactly what we were talking about with them running out the time. And they'll run off to the right side.
Running back gets met in the backfield there.
Jason
running this time, 7 minutes
tracks.
might be exactly what they need to get down there. And then we're going to end this first half with a tied up ball game here.
Minimal gain, we'll say 2nd and 9.
So 6 minutes and 45 seconds left in the half. Cornell's got the ball, 2nd and 10. They're going to try and get a touchdown this possession. They want to go into halftime tied up.
They're going for, looks like a deeper pass off to the right side. 2 defenders on him, and he's still able to come down with it, wide open. And he's finally brought down by number 17.
James Scully making the
Alan
catch,
Black.
and Alan Black with the save.
It's really key that that defender got over there because there was no one between him and that end zone.
Yep, absolutely not. And, 2 Beaver defenders on him there, and he was a taller guy. It looked like, judging by those cornerbacks, he was a pretty big, tall target out there. And it's one of those plays where sometimes you just got to throw it up and let your receiver do the work.
Yep, exactly. 2 defenders. I mean, it wasn't a zip pass. It was definitely a high-hanging pass, and he was just able to come down with it.
And he fumbles the ball.
And BV recovers.
So there we go. Big hit, big pass down the field, and then the running back gets the ball, tries a little fancy spin move, and he fumbles the ball. Beavers come up with it.
And that was Alan Blott, the same guy who saved the touchdown, forces the fumble.
Yep.
That kid's doing great today.
So there we go. What was almost looked like it was a guaranteed Cornell touchdown when he was running down the field with nobody in between him and in the end zone. He gets tackled. Next play, it's a fumble. The Beavers have the ball back at their 18-yard line.
Right about 6 minutes left. They got all the momentum in the whole stadium right now going for them.
Yep, that
driving
last
back
drive
down that
stalled
field.
out, but now with the defense firing, that offense is looking to get those points back on the board.
They'll go with the pass over to the right side to Larry Marcel, and he's able to pull that in, it looks like, for a first down.
Pass is complete to Marcel. Darn close to the first down line. And it is first down, Beavers.
Yep, BV gets that first down. First play of this renewed drive. Get 10 right away.
Absolutely. It's good to get out there and get that first down. Make sure that everybody's still feeling it. And if they weren't, that's going to get them fired up to keep going for this drive. Because where they recover that fumble, it's not going to be an easy drive. They got to go 80 yards.
Yep. And not a whole lot of time to do it, about 5.5 minutes left. There'll be a short pass out to the left side there. Incomplete.
Brown's pass intended for Logan Learcamp, incomplete.
I feel like a weirdo.
Going to bring up second and 10.
5.5
Beavers.
minutes. BV's got the lead 7-14 on Cornell, and they're at their 27-yard line. They got to drive a long ways to get to that end zone, but they've got all their timeouts. They've got 5.5 minutes, and don't forget, they've got a running back who's playing fantastic. Larry Marcel's catching a lot of passes out there for some big pickups. The Beavers can get this in the end zone.
Yep. As long as they don't make any mistakes penalty-wise, fumbling-wise,
John
anything
Hill
like
gets
that,
the call again, brought
this
down
drive
by
is theirs.
Jeremy Denlow,
Absolutely.
but not before a nice game.
They'll go up 14 going into the halftime, and they'll have all the momentum.
Yep.
Takes it up to the Beavers' 34-yard line. Going to bring up third and 4
Picks
for
up
the
about
Beavers.
6 yards that time.
Yep.
He wanted to overachieve over his typical 5. He picks up 6 yards. 3rd and 4. Big down for the Beavers. They need this first down to keep that ball moving.
It looks like they're going pass, and they do off to the right side, and it looks like it is caught
Pass complete to
by Chase Weaver.
Chase Weaver gets it, and there we go. Beavers
First
are moving
down,
the chains.
Beavers.
First down. And Justin, I'm thinking to myself, this game would be a little bit different without those fumbles. Keep in mind, the turnover ratio is 2 in the favor of the Beavers right now. Cornell's fumbled the ball twice. Beavers recovered both. A fumble's costly, but when the other team picks it up, when you've got the momentum, it's a lot more costly.
Oh, especially when you're only about 15 yards out of the end zone after like a 60-yard pass. I mean, that's going to be devastating. It looks like a gain of about 4.
John Hill takes the ball for a short gain.
So 4 minutes left in this game. Beavers are almost to the 50-yard line. They're sitting at about the 42.
Bring up 2nd and 8.
Still got to pick up 58 yards for that touchdown. But like I said, they're moving the ball. They're doing good things out there, and they've got that momentum. It can happen.
Yeah, and especially with all their timeouts still remaining, you know, they can manage the clock however they need to get down there and have enough time. It's going to drop back, and we're going to go for a deep pass down the left side, and it's caught. At about the 40, he's brought down.
Complete to Logan Winston, taking it into Cornell College territory all the way to the 39-yard line.
That clock's
First
stopping.
and 10
You don't need to
Beavers.
necessarily use all those timeouts as long as you're moving the chains.
Yep. Because now all that time to get those chains down, that's when you can use your huddle time, and almost no clock is going to be wasted during this whole drive.
Absolutely. So just like that, Beavers move the ball. They're on the other side of the 50 now. They're sitting at the 39, looking at their end zone with them hungry eyes. Who was that, Duran?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not too huge on that whole classic rock scene. But
I guess.
John Hill brought down by near the line of scrimmage by Alex.
So John Hill picks up maybe a half yard there.
Short gain, we're going to
trying a
call
little
that
something different for him. He's been going between the tackles
9 3/4.
all day. A little pitch on the outside, and he's trying to run on the outside of that tight end who's setting up a block for him.
Yep. About 2:45 here left. BV might just go ahead and let the clock run out to the 2-minute warning instead of using any timeouts beforehand. But we'll see what they do here. We've got 3 wideouts.
And the Beavers are passing, and he airs it
They're
out.
going deep. They're going for it all, and it's intercepted in the end zone.
Intercepted in the end zone.
That's the mistakes I was talking about before, where if they didn't try to do anything too extraordinary, everything would have been all in their favor. But
yep, that was Myron.
Rams take over on their own 20-yard line. First and 10.
Out there with the interception in the end zone, gets tackled out there. I'll tell you what. I thought for a second we were going to have some fireworks because Seabrook almost ran out of the back of the end zone there, which would have been a safety.
He just kind of slid down.
I think his head got the gears got turned, and he went in that back corner and just laid down. So now the Cornell's got the ball at the 20 with 2 minutes and 23 seconds left, and most of their timeouts left.
Yep.
There's that little wide receiver screen out there.
Pass to Brennan Stein.
But it is going to be along the out-of-bounds line, so they will be able to stop the clock if they keep on going that route.
2nd and 7 for the Rams.
2 minutes, 16 seconds left, and they're sitting at their 23-yard line. A lot of field in front of them, but remember, they chipped away 45, 50 yards of it in that one pass last possession.
It really caught BV off guard with that. Who knows if they're going to go for anything like that again. They are going for the pass, but he's going to haul that in and take it himself. Looks like a gain of about 3.
Flores
right up the
scrambles
middle.
forward for a short gain.
The important thing about that right there, Justin, is he didn't make it out of bounds and he didn't get that first down. So there the clock is ticking away. Minute 33, a minute and 30 seconds left in this quarter, and they've got, 75 yards, 74 yards to go. It's not making it easy on them.
No, they can't use their usual methods anymore. They got to start going for those big plays. There's going to be a pass out to the left side.
So
and he was actually stopped about the 31.
Chris Lopez brought way back by Snelling, but not before forward motion gets him the first down.
First down. They only picked up those 10. A lot easier to move those chains at 10 yards, and the clock's already running. We've got 1 minute and 8 seconds left in the half. So the clock's running, and Cornell didn't have time to get that play in.
Yep. And they're not really going with the hurry-up offense either.
They aren't. They've got 58 seconds left here, and now they've got 60-some yards to go. And now
he's going to go deep down the left side, and that's going to be complete.
Pass complete
to number
James
18.
Scully.
That's James Scully. And that's the huge plays that we were talking about.
Yep.
They're sitting at 48 seconds left on the clock right now. They still have 2 timeouts, and they're in great field position.
Yep, and like we said, with that first down, this was that long first down.
It'll be first and 10
just
from the
getting
Beaver
down
20-yard
there.
line.
So now the clock's running, but we've got 40 seconds left, and they've got a much more manageable 20 yards to go. Little pressure.
Gonna go right up the middle, and
they're gonna call
there is gonna be a penalty on that play.
Pass was intended for James Scully.
Pass in the end zone. Looks like the Buena Vista cornerback maybe had a hand around the waist, prevent him from really getting up there and trying to get that ball, catch that ball. So here we are. Penalty, stop the clock, 30 seconds left.
Pass interference, number 15 on the defense. 15 yards from the previous spot, automatic first down.
And like we thought, it was that pass interference, another costly penalty. Cornell did it when we were in the red zone last time, and now we did it to Cornell in the red zone. So they're getting the advantage. First and goal on the 5-yard line.
You know, and the big thing here is when you're using penalties like that, it generally just means you got beat. You know, you're reaching around trying to hold on to somebody. You know, maybe this offense has worked down the defense enough that a lot of bad things might be happening.
Yep.
Flores doesn't find a man, so he scrambles forward, brought down by a big group of Beavers.
To do a little bit quarterback draw. Stood in the pocket a little bit, was hoping that he would draw enough linemen, enough linebackers, enough corners away from the middle that he could sneak into the end zone there. Wasn't able to. We've got 22 seconds left in this half, Justin. Second and 3. How big would a stop be to the Beavers here?
Oh, this would be huge. I mean, if we can force Cornell to at least settle with a field goal, you know, we're still going to have the lead going into halftime. But if they can't do it, and Cornell is able to get another touchdown, I mean, we're going to come out second half. First half won't even matter.
And remember, it would be huge also if we could stop them and get this have Cornell kick a field goal, because don't forget, Cornell received the ball to start the game. We're getting the ball back at the second half. So if we can stop them here and come back and score right to begin the second half.
Just build on that lead that we've already got.
Yep. So here we go. Second, about 3, 22 seconds left in the game. Big stops here for the Beavers if we can get them.
They're going to go with the pass over to the right side.
And the wide receivers.
He was down. Looked like he must have slipped if there wasn't any pass interference.
Going to bring up third and goal for the
incomplete
Rams.
pass. Now it's third and goal. 17 seconds left. Even bigger down for the Beavers. If we can stop them here. 3 yards. You know, you got to think, you got to watch Flores' feet on this play. He's picked up 3 yards here and there a whole lot today when they're going for those quick little passes and he sees nobody open when he's rolling out of the pocket.
This is definitely going to have to be a reaction play. BV can't just anticipate something, you know, whether it's the short out pass or a run right up the middle.
The Beaver fans are getting into it. And
they know how big this is. Wide open over on the right side, but the defender comes up and gets the stop.
Pass complete to Justin Cox, but brought down by Alan Blott.
And Alan Blott once again stopping a touchdown that could have, should have been.
Goal for Cornell College.
I couldn't see what the number was of that Beaver. I think it was a linebacker. He got in there completely unblocked. Completely unblocked in the backfield.
Please reset the clock to 7 seconds.
To cause some chaos for Juan Flores back there, and he got flushed, and he got a little worried. He threw the ball out to his safety that he's been doing all day, that wide receiver. Of course, Cornell calls a timeout. We've got 7 seconds left in the half after a huge stop. Absolutely huge stop by the the Beavers defense, after giving out really 2 big, long air plays. You know, the previous possession, Flores wings it out there. They pick up about 40, 50 yards there. This possession, they pick up about 40, 50 yards off a pass play. But the important thing is the Beavers got a fumble, and they got 3 stops inside the goal line.
I mean, mistakes have been made on both sides, but, you know, Cornell hasn't been able to take advantage of those. BV's been able to recover from them quickly and make things happen.
Not the greatest snap, not the greatest hold there by the Rams.
Yep.
But like we said earlier,
25-yard field goal.
Yep, they get the 3 points. And like I said, the Rams were getting some serious penetration on the Beavers during that field goal block that they had earlier.
Yeah.
And now the Beavers aren't getting that same penetration when they're going up against that Rams special team.
Yep.
So now we're sitting here. It's a 10-14 game. Buena Vista still got the lead. We got 3 seconds left. What do you think, Justin? Are we going to see some shenanigans? Is the band going to be on the field? Or are we going to try, pitching it back and forth? Or are the Beavers just going to run the clock out here?
I think at this point, you got to take what you got. You don't want to risk any mistakes either.
Absolutely.
Yeah. If it was the end of the game, it might be a different story. You can't hold anything back. But with the lead that you got, you want to keep it, and you don't want to risk anything before the half.
Absolutely. 4-point lead, 3 seconds. Gonna be the last game of last play of the game of the quarter and the half. Unless, of course, who knows? Maybe it goes all the way out of the end zone. See it happen a lot in the NFL nowadays with them moving the the kickoff up a little bit.
Yep.
Or if the kick goes out of bounds, there's a few different things that could give the Beavers one final shot, but most likely the last play of the half here.
Yeah. And it's going to be an onside
kick.
Or not onside. And he kneels while he grabs it, so the clock won't actually run. BVU will be able to do one more play here with 3 seconds left.
You got to think, Jay Anderson's thinking, 3 seconds left in this game. Let's get into those locker rooms. Let me talk to these men out there. And let's go in there with a 4-point lead. You don't want to make any mistakes. You got to wonder if Bobby Brown's just going to take a knee to send him to the half here.
Yeah.
And there's the knee that I was talking about.
And the Beavers take the lead into the half, 14-10.
So there we have it, the first half of homecoming. And the BVU Beavers are up on the Cornell Rams, 14-10. Pretty good game so far.
Yeah, really good game. We talked a lot about Juan Flores. We talked a lot about that Cornell offense and a lot about that Cornell defense. Rated number 1 in both categories in the Iowa Conference. Today, it looks like the Beavers want to take that crown from them. 2 big turnovers by Cornell. 2 fumbles. Could be a completely different game right now. Cornell could be going to the half with that lead. But of course they fumble it at some inopportune times, and the Beavers capitalize on that, and they recover those fumbles, and all of a sudden, they drive down the field, they get the touchdown, and you've got a Beaver lead going into the half.
Yeah. Mistakes are a big factor in this game so far.
The introduction of the homecoming
and a lot of it has to do with momentum shifts.
A special dedication
more so than the actual yardage results. But when you have a lapse and you're able to get a 6-yard pass, that's going to be huge. But then when you fumble it, that's just going to be that much more devastating to a team's morale.
And you got to give credit to the Beaver defense for not giving up when they completed those 50, 60-yard passes. There was one defensive player for the Beavers, chased him down and stopped that touchdown.
Yep.
He didn't give up. And he didn't give up on that next play when he tackles him, forces the fumble. And next thing you know, because of his hard work and his dedication to that Beaver defense, they've got the ball.
And even this last drive, when they were able to get a huge gain, and there was the pass over to the right there, there's nobody on the defender outside of the end zone, but it was the same defender, Alan Blott, that came up and made the tackle for a loss, actually.
Yep.
And so, there's just been a lot of heart and determination coming out of the Beavers here.
Yeah, and, real quick before we go to commercial break, like we said, It is a beautiful new field out here that the Beavers are playing on. Brand new AstroTurf.
Welcome to
The track
BVU
is getting all
Homecoming 2011.
redone. It's
The team
homecoming
selected for
here in
this year's
Storm Lake.
festivities
The
is
Beavers
Beavers
have
at the
the
Beat.
lead going into
The
halftime.
student body has
It's a
celebrated
good day
with
to be a
midnight
Beaver,
bowling,
Justin.
Definitely.
midnight movie,
Even if you're an old
coronation,
Beaver
and
like
other
me and
evening
graduated a
activities.
few years ago, it's still a
Homecoming
good
Be
day
proud
to
to
be
come
a
back,
Beaver.
right?
led by
Yep.
President Rosanna Storbakken,
So,
Vice President of Homecoming
right now,
Dominique Daly,
I think we'll go
and
to a
staff
quick
advisor,
commercial
our
break,
Director of Student Activities,
and then
Becca
we'll come
Neary
back with some
Delaport.
halftime festivities, and
We
then
would
more
like
importantly,
to now
we'll
introduce
come back
the
to
2011 University
we'll come back to
Homecoming Court. Our first couple is Kelly Bass and Shane Holmgren. Kelly is the daughter of Chad and Jill Bass from Boone, Iowa. She is a mathematics with secondary education major. Shane is the son of Les and Teresa Holmgren from Rock Valley, Iowa. He is a computer science major. Our second couple is Andrea Boyd and Jeff Jansen. Andrea is the daughter of Andrew Boyd and Dolores Wembley from Chicago Heights, Illinois. She is a communication studies major and women's studies minor. Jeff is the son of Danny and Danielle Jansen from Fairmont, Minnesota. He is an English education major. Our third couple is Kirsten Brown and Terrell Madune. Kirsten is the daughter of Charles and Kim Brown of Ottumwa, Iowa. She is a biology major. Terrell is the son of Kim Marshall and Kelly Campbell and Keith Woods from Green, Iowa. He is a communication studies major and women's studies minor. Our fourth couple is Brittany Gunn and Ryan Marzin. Brittany is the daughter of Wendell and Monique Gunn from Omaha, Nebraska. She is a communication studies major. Ryan is the son of Dennis and Sally Marzin from Doherty, Iowa. He is a double major in elementary education and history. The 2011 Buena Vista University Homecoming King is Marcus Reiner. Marcus is the son of Brian and Lynn Reiner of Denison, Iowa. He is a mathematics major and business minor. Marcus is unable to join us today due to other commitments. The 2011 Buena Vista University Homecoming Queen is Kylie Woodley. Kylie is the daughter of Rick and Carrie Woodley from Lorenz, Iowa. She is a biology major. Congratulations to these outstanding BVU seniors. At this time, we will recognize the generous alumni and friends of BVU who have made the improvements to this athletic facility possible. Isn't this renovation amazing? We are happy to have with us today the lead donors for the Turf and Stadium Enhancement Project, Cordell Peterson, class of '63, and his wife, Sandra. Cordell has been a BVU trustee since 1999, and he and Sandra have been generous supporters of the university and the athletics program for a great many years. Now, I turn your attention to BVU President Fred Moore down on the field.
How's this? Okay.
Just President James. Technical advisor.
They are loyal servants of the university, and their generosity has inspired our other benefactors to be a part of this great project. We thank them and everybody who is invested in this exciting facility for our student athletes. Let's give them a round of applause.
In addition to Cordell and Sandra, the following alumni and friends have made leadership gifts for this project. We would like to have them step forward as I read their names. Sherm Wilson, class of 62, and his wife, Susan. Paul and Judy Londerville, owners of Midwest Field Turf. Unable to join us today are Bob and Renee Larson, both class of 85, who live in Naperville, Illinois, as well as Wayne Forbes, class of 1947. Many other donors have also helped take this project to the point, and BVU continues to seek additional gifts to fully fund completion of the work. Now, I would like to direct your attention to the scoreboard at the south end of the field. In recognition of Cordell and Sandra Peterson's leadership in supporting this project, the field is officially dedicated today as Peterson Field. Let us all again show our appreciation to Cordell and Sandra, Sherman, Susan, and Paul and Judy, and all donors who made this beautiful field possible.
I always love how every game they're like, someone's on the Children's Commission. Like every
It's a tradition on homecoming weekend to present the National Alumni Association Awards to individuals who have served this university and their communities with distinction. These esteemed alumni and friends were honored at a special pregame luncheon. Our congratulations to these distinguished guests. Now, President Moore and Stephanie Bronow, Chair of the Alumni Association, will recognize the Alumni Award honorees for 2011. You will find biographical profiles of each honoree in your game program insert. First, the Henry Olson Distinguished Service Award. Daniel Phillips, class of 1977, is the recipient of this award. Dan is Senior Vice President of Investments for UBS Financial Services in Bloomington, Minnesota. At Buena Vista, Dan was a starting offensive guard on the football team, which won the Iowa Conference in 1972 and 1973, and played in the Boot Hill Bowl. Dan has been active in the BVU National Alumni Association, including 2 consecutive years as chair. The 2011 recipient of the Henry Olson Distinguished Service Award, Dan Phillips. Next, the John Fisher Alumni Award. Jay Christensen, class of 1982, is the recipient of this award. Jay is the Chief Executive Officer of Mahaska Health Partnership in Oskaloosa. Jay was an accounting major at BV and graduated magna cum laude. He has previously served as Chief Financial Officer at Buena Vista County Hospital and CEO at the Pocahontas Community Hospital. He also taught accounting classes for Buena Vista. The 2011 recipient of the John Fisher Alumni Award, Jay Christensen. And now, the Keith Briscoe Alumni Award. Dr. Stacy Carmichael, class of 1996, is the recipient of this award. Stacy is a clinical child and pediatric psychologist in the Tampa Bay, Florida area, where she focuses on special needs children. After graduating cum laude from BVU, Stacy earned a doctorate in clinical health psychology at the University of Florida and did postdoctoral work at the Florida State University College of Medicine. we are pleased to present the Keith Briscoe Alumni Award recipient for 2011, Dr. Stacy Carmichael. We would like to again congratulate all of our National Alumni Association Award honorees.
All right, and that was the dedication of our new field here, Peterson Field. Yep. Now is what it's called. I guess the Shea Leslie Round Stadium still, but couldn't be more proud of it, I suppose. It's a great place to be.
It's a beautiful field. It's going to be a fantastic field for the Beaver men to play on for years to come. And let's not forget that we've still got soccer teams that are going to be able to play on this field before. I don't know, Justin, if you've ever been to the old Buena Vista soccer fields.
Yes.
And to all everybody at home, if you haven't, imagine your yard, but bigger with goals on it.
Glorified.
So this to those soccer players is going to be huge to be able to play those. And the benefit, the reason being is that because with this turf, you're not going to tear it up with your cleats.
Yep.
The football team can practice on it. The soccer team can practice on it. We're going to be able to have a game maybe after a football game, a 4 o'clock soccer game out here on the pitch, as they call it in the soccer lingo. So it's great to have this new field. And it's also great to be a Beaver because we've got a 14-10 lead against Cornell Rams, the undefeated Cornell Rams, here on homecoming week. But we're going to go ahead and send it to commercial, and then we'll be right back with the second half of the game. Has anybody ever seen this video?
Where's you gonna do these dishes? Are you listening to me? Johnson! Johnson, these dishes are calling your name. Hey man, it's been like 2 weeks and you haven't done the dishes.
The number of absentee ballots is on the rise in the state of
What are you doing?
as well as on the At Buena Vista University, say nearly 18% of the student body have requested absentee.
Stork on 3.
Oh, please come here.
Every time you purchase a fishing license or register your boat, you're helping to preserve our nation's coastlines, lakes, rivers, and streams, protecting memories for generations to come. Learn how your participation in boating and fishing can help the environment at takemefishing.org/conservation.
course, the Use the Answer.
Welcome back to J. Leslie Rollins Stadium and Peterson Field now.
You know, and Justin, I don't know if it's the Adonis DNA or the Tiger blood that the Beavers got pumping through them, but they're winning.
They are
winning. It's 14-10 here. The Beavers got the lead. Cornell's kickers are warming up. Beavers kickers are warming up. Cornell's kicker's kicking from the 50-yard line. He may think this game's going to come down to a field goal. He wants to make sure he's got the distance for it. But
Just
we're
in
here.
case. Never hurts.
At the lovely new field. Beautiful day. Pretty much a packed house here for homecoming.
It is. This is probably one of the biggest crowds I've ever seen here.
Absolutely. You know, I cheered on this very field, well, not the field, this very stadium for 4 years when I was a student here, and this is a great crowd. It's good to see that the Beavers have a good fan base following them, you know, and it could be the new field, it could be homecoming, whatever the reason, it's working.
Definitely. Cornell's coming back on the field now. I wonder what sort of strategies they went over while they were in the locker room.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to say if Coach said encouraging words or said some words out of anger going into the locker room behind. They're going to need to come out of here, and don't forget, they're playing defense to start this second half. So they're going to have to play hard when they come back out on defense to stop the Beavers from maybe scoring another touchdown, getting a field goal, something like that. But right now, we're going to go to another commercial break, and then we'll be back in a minute or two just to start the second half. So take it away, guys.
Yep.
Here at the University Cable Network, we're trying to build ourselves a reputation. The key word is trying.
Excuse me. I've been getting mixed messages about women and violence. I need a little clarification.
Uncle Bill, how am I supposed to grow up to respect women when I have such lousy role models?
Boys are never going to approach you.
Can you help me reshape my attitudes towards women?
You need to teach them that violence against women is wrong.
Welcome back. Thanks for joining us for the second half of homecoming here at Buena Vista University between the Beavers and the Cornell College Rams. It's been a great game so far. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. You know, a 4-point game. I'm going to be honest with you, Justin. It's anybody's game at this point. It's going to come down to, are those Beavers on this new field on homecoming week, are they going to come out here and play like they want to win?
Right.
They did it in the first half, and it shows with a 4-point lead.
Yes.
We got to find out if they're going to do it in the second half.
Yeah, and Cornell, you know, they are down right now, but they're not playing bad.
Absolutely
You know,
not.
they've had just a few mistakes and things like that just kind of go the wrong way for them, and BV's been able to capitalize on it. you know, we'll see how that pans out for them here, though.
Yep. So, halftime's now officially over. Like I said earlier, Cornell elected to receive that ball to start the game. They went 3 and out that possession. You know, probably wanted to get on the board first was their philosophy. Didn't pan out that way, as the Beavers were up 14-0 at one point. Now BV gets the ball back to start the second half. It'd be huge if they could go down that field and get a touchdown.
Yes, definitely. Not only is it going to give them, you know, a bigger lead, but it's also going to kind of set the tone for the second half again. The ball's off, and he gets it about the 15. This is a huge run back.
Huge return.
Huge.
And he might be able to take it all the way.
Got one more defender here. What's going to happen with him? He gets shoved out just at the pylon. Then they're going to count it as a touchdown.
They're going to give it the touchdown.
That's the best way that you can start off a half anytime.
So I said it would be huge if they could score a touchdown on this possession. He gets the ball at about the 12, 13-yard line and goes 85-plus yards to the end zone for the 6 points.
I mean, like I said, you know, the opening drive is always how you're going to set the tone for the next half of the game. What better way to do it than returning a kickoff for a touchdown?
Absolutely. See if the Beavers can get a little more protection for the kicker back there.
Yep. Still have one guy getting through, but not quick enough. He's able to get the extra point this time at least.
So Justin, it's now 14 minutes and 48 seconds left
12
in the
seconds.
third quarter. 12 seconds got us 7 points. It was a 4-point game, and guess what? Now it's an 11-point game. Yep. This is what the Beavers needed. Now we got the energy from that huge kickoff, you know, running that all the way back 80-plus yards. Now the Beaver defense needs to go out there and show the Rams what they can do.
I mean, having this giant homecoming crowd, you know, one of the biggest things is getting the crowd into it. One of the best ways to do that is make huge plays, and they do that right off the bat. And, you know, cheerleaders are out here throwing out prizes to the fans and stuff. I mean, the crowd's behind them, and they're ready to go. And now let's just see if Cornell can, you know, step back into the game too or not, or, you know, if they're
I
going to
could
take
be
a
mistaken,
beating.
but I think the Beaver cheerleaders just completed more passes than Flores for Cornell did in the first half, throwing a lot of little footballs out to the crowd. I'll be honest with you, Justin. As a former cheerleader, I worked out with these cheerleaders yesterday. I'm old, not as flexible as I used to be, feeling a little sore today, but this Beaver lead, it's getting me loosened up. I'm feeling good now.
There you go. Now BV's going to kick off. Pretty good kick down to about the 18 where it'll be fielded. And he's going to have a decent return. About
picks about 15 yards on the return.
Yep.
Hit hard by Danny Pattee.
And he's down. I don't know if he saw the player coming for him. We've got the person who returned the ball. I believe it's number 8 for Cornell.
Number 9.
Number 9. So it's Preston Ritchie. He's down on the field. He didn't see that Beaver coming right for him, and he put a pretty good hit on him.
It was definitely solid. It doesn't look like anything other than maybe a head injury. You know, he's not holding any limbs or anything like that. He's just, looks like the trainers are trying to kind of bring him back to reality.
You know, he's wincing a little bit. Might have gotten the wind knocked out of him because the Beavers came in there and he put a lick on him. So he may have just got the wind knocked out of him. He's up now. He's walking off the field, which is what we like to see. He's going to take a quick breather. Maybe get a little H2O in him off on the sidelines. Maybe some Gatorade. Get the body, you know, head cleared, all those cobwebs out. Meanwhile, Cornell's on offense now. First and 10 at about the 32, 33-yard line.
We'll see if they switch up their offense any after being able to regroup in the locker room over halftime. They start out with a handoff going right up the middle, and he stopped right at the line. No gain.
Met at the line of scrimmage by about 3 or 4 Beavers there. Didn't pick up anything. Loses it about a yard, actually. But it'll be interesting to see what Cornell's coach thought after the first half. They had some success at chipping away those 4 or 5 yard passes. But let's be honest, they had some success at those 40, 50, 60-yard passes as well. I think Flores is 2 for 2 when he airs it out that far. So it'll be interesting to see what Cornell decides.
Another hard hit on the receiver. And that was Chris Lopez.
It's Alan Blott that pounded him to the ground there. Caught it and didn't let him get any positive yardage after the catch there. So big down for the Beavers. 3rd and 1. If we could stop him here and get the ball back with pretty good field position, that'd be huge.
Yeah, definitely. Looks like we're going to go with another pass. Got one running back in the backfield. Going to go out to the left side here.
And like we said,
complete.
Flores was 2 for 2 in those airing it out, letting his big receivers get up there and get it. And this time he just overthrew his receiver a little bit.
Just barely. I mean, it was good positioning. It would have beat the defender, and there would have been a wide open field after that.
Yeah, you know, the defender, it's not like he had blown coverage. He was on him. But he was a little bit taller than him, and he probably would have come down with that ball. So now let's see if we can get some fireworks from the special teams again. We had a kickoff return. Hey, why not a punt return for a touchdown? And a terrible snap. And not the greatest of kicks.
No.
He's going to get it. Gets met almost immediately by a Cornell special teams player. Beavers are going to take over at about the 15-yard line.
I mean, he had a sea of white coming at him there. It's too bad he didn't have a chance to really get anything going.
The bad thing about that bad snap was the Beavers weren't able to capitalize on it and block that punt. And because it was such a bad snap and not the greatest of punts, it was pretty high and not too far, it gave those Cornell special teams players a lot of time to get down that field and get right on top of him once he caught that ball. So the Beavers are going to take offense. And there we go.
Good pass off to the right side. Looks like a first down.
Brown's pass complete to Adam Kay. First down.
So Adam Kay catches the ball there. And I want to point out, if you didn't see that at home, he had about 3 defensive players on him. He beat all of them. And just like before, Bobby Brown put that pass where only Kay could get it. None of those defensive players had a chance of that ball. And Kay pulled it down and is able to pick up that first down.
Let him enough. He didn't have to lose stride. He was able to stay out in front of those defenders and pick up a few more yards after the catch. There's going to be a handoff going out to the left side. And it looks like a couple yards before he gets pushed out of bounds.
So Hill probably ran about 20 yards there, picked up about 2. The Beavers were on the far hash mark, and he ran all the way out of bounds on that other side, picks up about 1.5 yards, 2 yards. So it's 2nd and 8 now for the Beavers, sitting at about the 31-yard line.
It's not great, but it could be worse at least. They're going to go from shotgun, and he's looking to his right. Shakes off one defender, but gets taken down by 2 more. In the backfield, looks like a loss of a couple.
Probably about a loss of about 5 yards there. So, like we said, we're just over 3 minutes into this half. About 11:45 left in the quarter. But the Beavers already have a touchdown. They've already got a pretty big stop. They've already got a first down on offense. Now it's time for another one with this 3rd and about 13. A lot of yards to pick up, but the Beavers have done it already today.
They got a lot of wide outs going with the pass.
Good protection.
To his left, and they've got it.
You don't need more than 13. You just needed the 13, and that's what the Beavers picked up there.
Well, they probably figure, hey, we didn't waste any time getting that first one. Let's run down the clock just a little bit this time around.
And I want to say, good pass protection by the offensive line there for Bobby Brown.
Definitely.
He had plenty of time. He checked his first option, his second option. He looked down the field and looked at those receivers and found the open one that got him that first down.
Yep. Cornell knew it was the pass. I mean, it's just a pass situation. So being able to have the time to find the receivers that get open is huge in that situation.
And Hill gets a quick little rush, picks up maybe a yard there. Not necessarily having as good of luck as he did in the first half, picking up 5 yards here, 6 yards there. But again, you can't give up on that run game.
Nope.
Even if he's not getting 6 yards now, we saw him break a 20-yard touchdown run. We saw him pick up some big yardage. So we know Hill can do it. He's just got to get those holes. And, you know, he's going to get them the more that Bobby Brown keeps airing it out to those receivers.
You got to assume one of the big topics during halftime for Cornell was keying on Hill when he's taking those runs, which is leaving these receivers open now, though.
Pass is complete to Logan Learcamp, wrapped up by Drew Campbell.
It's gaining about 5 on that play.
So, yet again, Beavers have another pretty big third down, about 3rd and 6 for them. They're just about at the 50-yard line, sitting at the 46. Be great if they could get it on the other side of the field on this possession and pick up that first down.
Gonna go from shotgun. 4 on the line. He's looking right down the middle, over 1, and it's caught by Chase Weaver.
And Cornell sent a blitz there. They wanted to bring down Bobby Brown. They thought if they didn't give him time to throw the ball, he wouldn't find that open receiver. But he did, and he picked up that first down.
Yep.
Really good decisions that we've seen from Bobby Brown today. He had that one interception in the end zone, which you can't necessarily blame him for. It was one-on-one coverage. He threw it up there. But other than that, he's had pretty good games so far.
Yep. Doing a great job of finding the open receivers and leading them so that they can get yards after the play, too.
And I tell you
Right
what,
there.
that's another first down for the Beavers. And Cornell is just giving our wideouts tons of room out there. When he caught that ball, he didn't have a Cornell player within 2 or 3 yards of him. They're giving him all kinds of room. Don't know if maybe on 1st and 10 they were expecting a draw or a run or something like that, but they're leaving those wide receivers with plenty of room to make the catch. And when you're picking up 10 yards, you can just lay down and you got a first down.
They're going to pitch it and run to the right side, and he's met right at the line. It looks like he might have gained 1 yard on the play, but
yeah, Hill gets hit pretty much right at the line of scrimmage, but keeps those legs pumping, uses his power to push him forward, and he falls forward rather than backwards and picks up a yard rather than loses one.
Yeah, you always notice when he does get tackled, it's always going head first.
Yep. So 8 minutes left in the third quarter, and BV's almost in the red zone again. Another good, pretty long possession for the Beavers. Cornell blitzes.
Kind of throws behind Chase Weaver there.
And we talked about that turf. Weaver got a little, tried to make his cut and turn back, and his foot slipped out from underneath him a little bit there. You know, so we talked about that turf, brand new field, probably not completely used to it from what it had been in the past. You know, Chase Weaver's a junior, so he played on that old grass field for quite some time before getting the luxury of this turf. Big possession here. Beavers need a first down. Got to make it to the about 13-yard line.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, we're not in field goal range. Flags are down. Looks like before the ball was snapped.
Prior to the snap, false start, number 61 on the offense. 5-yard penalty, remains third down.
So that was a false start on the Beavers. Number 61, Michael Nardini, you know, he was probably thought, third down, we got to pick this up. Wanted to get that block out there. Just got a little overzealous and picked up that penalty. So now what was, a 3rd and 9 and 3rd 8.5 is now a 3rd and 14.
Yeah.
And Beavers really need to pick up some yardage here, at least about 10 yards, to really have a good shot at a field goal.
I mean, when you're about into the red zone and you've got an 11-point lead, it's okay to be anxious, but you also got to maintain that composure.
Yep, a little bit of miscommunication there between Bobby Brown and Weaver, as Weaver cut to the right and Bobby Brown thought he was cutting to the left.
Yep.
So now it's 4th and 14. Like I said, I think we're going to see the offense stay on the field here just because that makes it a pretty lengthy field goal for the Beavers. And with as much rushing, as much pressure as the Cornell special teams is putting on them, they're going to go for it. So this is a huge down. 4th and 14. It'd be great if we could pick it up here. Brown's in the shotgun. Let's see what they do.
They're going all the way to the end zone. And it's caught.
And it's a touchdown.
Larry Marcel holding on to it with coverage right on him. Able to get that touchdown. That was about a 30-yard pass.
Yep. Just under a 30-yard pass there. They were at the 27. Great pass, actually. Larry Marcel was on one-on-one, and we've seen him kind of tear apart this Cornell cornerbacks all day. And they left him open, and he just made a play for the ball and brought it down.
And the extra point is good once again.
A little better protection from the Beavers special team there on that field goal kick. And I tell you what, it's feeling more like a Beaver kind of homecoming now than it was just a few minutes ago. We're only halfway through this 3rd quarter, and already the Beavers have 2 touchdowns. But let's not forget how the first half started. Beavers were up 14-0 at one point. Came out of the gate with a 3 and out, and then scored a touchdown, get a fumble, score another touchdown. Beavers scored pretty quickly and then kind of stalled out at the end of the second quarter. So now we're hoping they can keep this momentum going.
I mean, they're starting out the same way, 14 points both times.
And in 3 games, the Beavers had 3 touchdowns to start the season. 3 games, 3 touchdowns. Today we've got 4 already.
Yep.
Huge job by the Beavers on offense. Like I said earlier, they're firing on all cylinders. Larry Marcel's catching some great catches. He had that one-handed catch for the touchdown down on the other end zone. He has this one on man-on-man coverage for the other touchdown. And Bobby Brown's completing some good passes. It's just been a good game for the Beavers offensively so far.
They're playing smart, they're playing solid, they're just doing everything right. Cornell will run out at about the 31-yard line, I believe.
Before running out of bounds, it'll be 1st and 10, Cornell College.
So now the Beavers are on defense. Man, it'd be great if they could get another stop here. With an 18-point lead, the way Cornell's been playing, they're going to take 4 or 5 minutes off of this clock in just a 3-6, play possession.
Yeah.
So it'd be great if they could stop them and go into almost the 4th quarter with an 18-point lead. Flores under pressure.
Gives a stiff arm, and he's able to peel back and get a first down by running out to the left side for him.
And the Beaver defense is still looking for their first sack of the season, and they probably come against one of the hardest teams to do it against. With Flores back there, he's not an easy guy to take down. And we saw it there, a quick little move and a quick little push off, and he's off to the races and picks up 10 yards instead of a 4-yard loss.
Well, they've been struggling to get through to begin with, but there was a holding on the play.
Yep.
And so now they actually would have been better off with that sack.
Yep.
Because they're farther back than they were if they would have gotten that.
And it's interesting. Now it's 1st and 20. you got to wonder who that hold was on. I didn't see whose number it was or where it came, if they could have stopped him in the backfield or not. And Flores is running around again.
Yep.
Does break one tackle.
Able to get up, looks like a yard and a half. He's just really able to kind of work around the defense as opposed to, beating them per se, but also avoiding them.
Absolutely. He's the thing about Flores is he's a hard guy to tackle. Just when you think you're going to get him by the shoelaces, his shoelaces are somewhere completely different, and you miss him completely. So Beavers are doing a pretty good job of keeping him under wraps. And there's the first sack of the season that I was just talking about. Get Flores in the backfield. Loss of about 2-3 yards.
And BV's pressure has really stepped up this the second half.
And BV's had some long third down conversions. We had a 3rd and 14. We had some long conversions. We had a 4th and, a touchdown is what we ended up with. But this is a long one for Cornell. They're looking at about 3rd and 20. That's 2 first downs to make it in one, in one play. So we'll see what Cornell comes. Obviously a passing down. And it looks like probably a false start on Cornell, which is going to put them back even further. That's going to make it. And like we thought, false start by Cornell. Now it's 3rd and 25. Let me break that down for you. A football field's 100 yards. They got to go a quarter of a football field in one play to pick up this first down. Not going to be easy.
They definitely have the work cut out for them. We've got a spread offense. Only one person in the backfield.
And the Beavers send some pressure.
A lot of pressure. He's looking deep. He throws it first down distance, but nowhere near the receiver.
Yep, the intended receiver. Just didn't have the wheels to make it up to that pass that Flores put up there. He was double covered. He was covered pretty good. If it was back 5 yards and they could make a play on it, it might have been a little bit different story, but Flores just simply overthrew him.
Yeah.
So now, huge possession for the Beavers as they stopped Cornell. They had a good return. Look at them. They're 15 yards back from where they initially got the ball. So we're talking about good field position. The Beavers are standing at about the 45 to receive this punt.
Anthony Bridges with the punt. Gets it to about the 43. He'll be taken down just past the 40.
Down finally by Marnell this year. 1st and 10 Beavers.
And after a huge stop like that, defensively, the offense is going to fuel off of that and hopefully turn it into another touchdown possession.
It'd be great for 7 more points on the board. And we're not talking bad field position. We've seen the Beavers work out worse than this. They're sitting at their 42. They've got a little bit of field in front of them, but they got a lot of field behind them too.
And he's taken down right at the line, maybe a gain of a yard or so. The next thing is, after that first touchdown, a lot of clock has been wasted. We're down to about 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes here.
Absolutely. Third quarter's been ticking by pretty quickly. Beavers did put 14 points on the board, but a good chunk of it came from that Cornell possession where the clock just kept ticking away.
Gonna go with another pass.
Bobby Brown's just gonna run with it. He's got tons of field in front of him.
And he'll slide almost the 50 or the 45.
Bobby Brown hasn't showed us the wheels too much today. He's been under a little bit of pressure, had to move around out of the pocket a little bit. But right there, he looked down the field, didn't see anybody, and saw a lot of green, luscious new turf green in front of him and thought, I'm just going to run with it.
I think Cornell's keying on John Hill. And I think with the way Marcel, Learcamp, and Weaver have been receiving, you know, they're not too worried about Bobby Brown, leaving him wide open.
You know, and here in the stadium, we just listened to Bobby Brown, maybe a different one. Verdict's still out, singing My Prerogative, and on that last play, it was Bobby Brown's prerogative to take the ball and run. Quick little completion by Bobby Brown, picks up 8 yards. So, like I said, Beavers started at their about 42-yard line, and they've already picked up 20-plus yards, and they're not sitting too bad anymore. They're on the other side of the field. They're looking at that beautiful new blue end zone that they got down there. They're looking at the uprights. They want 7 points.
Yep. I mean, 2 yards right now. You know, they've been able to hack away and, you know, gain yardage almost every play. You know, very rarely have we seen them actually lose yardage aside from a penalty during this game.
And there's John Hill, and they're calling it a first down. Like you said earlier, Justin, he's not falling backwards. He's keeping those legs churning, and he falls forward. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but when a 6-foot guy lays down, he picks up the 2 yards needed for that first down.
Yeah.
So now fresh set of downs for the Beavers, sitting at about almost the 35-yard line.
And we're going to run right up the middle, and that's another first down right there.
Dylan Barrett runs it forward, brought down by Jeffrey Ballnell, but not before another Beaver first down.
And that was Dylan Barrett. Hill's taking a breather after picking up that last first down. And Barrett makes a good run there. I don't know if you saw it, Justin, but it looked like the ref almost got in the way there. I saw him do a quick little two-step to get out of there because Barrett was running straight for him.
Yep. That was a beeline to the first down there. And another good run. Gets about halfway to the next first down.
And there again, Dylan Barrett just kept those legs turning. Met a lot of white jerseys along his route to pick up that 7 yards, but didn't let him stop him. He just kept pushing. The pile kept moving. Next thing you know, you pick up 7 yards.
Yep. I mean, he's just one of those solid running backs, you know, just like John Hill. He's not going to go down without, you know, pushing you first. They're going to hand it off again, and he'll gain another about
Barrett's going to get the first down.
Yep, that's another first down.
And the good thing to those Beaver fans out there is this kid, Dylan Barrett, he's only a freshman.
Yeah.
And he's running pretty good, mind you, against the #1 rated Iowa Conference defense of the Cornell Rams right now.
Yep. We're going to have a measurement here.
Yep, doesn't look like they quite gave him as good of a spot as somebody like me might have given him. So we're going to send the chain gang out. Got to think it's going to be close if it's not quite there. And the ref says about an inch.
Ooh.
Maybe 7 centimeters. Hard to say. So you got to think second down to pick up an inch. Not too tough, but you never know. You know, a Bobby Brown sneak might be in order, but it's second down.
Yep.
Cornell may be expecting a quarterback sneak and may bunch the front. Maybe that's when you do a quick little bubble screen out to a wide receiver. He can pick up a lot more than a few inches.
There's a lot of options right now. You know, you got a lot of field in front of you, too. Enough to, you know, maybe even go for a pass. You know, maybe just go straight for the end zone. Who knows with these guys? And will be a sneak, and he's able to get it.
Bobby Brown said, I saw a lot of guys right there in the front, so I'm going to take it off the left side and pick up that first down.
Yep.
So now, red zone possession. Beavers have been good in the red zone today. They had that one little mistake with the interception in the end zone. Don't get me wrong, costly mistake, but they've capitalized on a lot of good opportunities here. So they're sitting at their 15, 14 and a half. They're looking for 7. They're hungry.
Yep. Looks like another game of about 5. And here with just about a little less than a minute left in the third quarter, they're sitting in pretty good position.
Absolutely. You know, and John Hill, he came in, he took his breather. Barrett came in and took his breather. And then John Hill comes back out and picks up 5 more yards. The Beavers running backs are playing very well today.
We'll hand it off again.
And Barrett gets met pretty early on, maybe picks up a yard or 2.
Yep.
Interesting to see if the Beavers are going to snap the ball. They got about 20 seconds left in the quarter. Or if they decided play clock's in their advantage, let's take a breather. We got a 3rd down. Let's talk it over with Coach, see what he wants to do to pick this up. So there's about 8 seconds left.
I think they'll just let it run out.
I think they're just going to let it run out, yep. And they're
3,
walking over to the
2,
sideline.
1.
Looks like our expertise was correct. They're going to run the clock out. So Jay Anderson and the Beavers say, hold on, let me catch my breath. Let me think about this. Big red zone possession. We're at the 8-yard line. It'd be great if we could get 7 points and, you know, score a touchdown here.
And I think, you know, at this point we are close enough that a field goal might be an option.
Field goal's an option. And don't forget, they can still get a 1st down.
Yeah.
It's not 3rd and goal. It's 3rd and about 3. So they can get to the 5-yard line and have 4 downs to get in that end zone.
Yep. I think that's probably what's going through their head right now is, you know, we got a lot of time left. You know, we still have the whole 4th quarter here to go. Why not run out the clock as much as we can?
Yep.
I think there's a good possibility of coming away with some points this possession. You know, so why hand the ball back over to them too early?
Yep. Especially on a 3rd down play like that. You just want to think it over. Maybe get the guys a little bit of water.
Yeah.
Make sure they're feeling good because this is a big down. 7 points would be huge. Any points are good, but it'd be great if we could get 7 points on this possession and make this game getting further and further out of reach as we've already got an 18-point lead.
And they will run it.
And look at him just push those legs.
He's able to get the 1st down and then some.
He said, you needed 3. I'm going to keep pushing and bring it all the way down to about the 2-yard line.
Yep.
2-yard line. They've got 3 plays to punch this in. And with running like that, it's not going to be hard.
Yeah. I'm sure Cornell's going to be keying in on the run plays now.
Yep.
Which leaves the passing.
He goes up and over.
Yep. Doesn't matter anymore. BV gets another touchdown with some style on the flip.
So there he is with the touchdown. And that was Dylan Barrett, like we're talking about. He's that freshman running back. So we've got Hill with a touchdown on that 20-some yard scoot. We've got Dylan Barrett with a touchdown. We got Larry Marcel with 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Bobby Brown's having a good day. I think the Beavers are feeling it.
Yep. Another extra point. BV is now up 25 on Cornell.
School songs playing here at the stadium. The
Crowd's
Beavers
getting
are
into
on
it.
their feet. The crowd here is loving this homecoming game. And what's not to love?
Exactly. Alumni all happy to be a proud Beaver today.
Yep. The alumni like myself are happy to be back. We're happy to be here. We're happy to be witnessing, 1, this great new field, and 2, a 25-point Beaver lead.
I don't get tired of that song. That drive was 12 plays, 58 yards, and used up 5 minutes and 21 seconds of the clock. Capped off by that sweet 2-yard jump into the end zone.
So with just under a whole 4th quarter, we got 14:42 left in the game. The Beavers go out there and score another touchdown. This is now 25 points. My math isn't as good as it used to be when I took Math 100 for that 3rd time. But that's a 3-possession game.
Yep.
That's huge for the Beavers with
Definitely.
only 15 minutes left on the clock.
And BV's going to kick off now. A lot of fire behind them with this huge momentum swing. It's a pretty good kick down to about the 13-yard line. And it's a good return until it looks like
Preston Ritchie brings it up to about
some sort of leg injury, maybe
Preston
something
Ritchie,
pulled.
as they say in the biz, might have pulled a hammy there as he was running with a full head of steam, a lot of green in front of him, and either cramped up, might have tweaked something in his thigh there, and had to pull off on the shoulder.
Yep.
Kind of a lucky break for the Beavers there.
Yeah.
Ended up only getting the ball at about the 42-yard line.
That's too bad for Cornell. There was a lot of open field in front of them. Maybe one defender, it looked like.
And the Beavers cornerbacks are just surrounding Cornell's wide receivers. He caught the ball and had nothing.
Yep. You know, one thing between the Beaver offense and Cornell offense is when BV catches the ball, you know, it's placed in such a good way that they're able to just keep on going and gain some yards after.
Yep, yards
Cornell
after
is
the catch.
just being stopped immediately.
And
Another pass
Flores
and almost
and there
gets
you go.
sacked. Yep.
Sacked for the second time today. So like I said, the Beavers were coming into this game with 0 sacks. Now they got 200% more sacks than they had all season. Not a bad stat, is it?
Nope. Gotta give him credit though. He never goes down on that first one.
He doesn't. You got to send a couple Beavers at Flores to make sure that you get him down in that backfield, because one guy's just not going to cut it with him. And a lot of pressure on Flores now, and there's a flag on the play. Got to assume it's a hold, and a quick little out pass. And they say it was incomplete.
Caught.
The pass was intended for Thomas Connor. That's
A couple more flags just went down.
We'll just see how this shakes out.
I assume that first one was a hold, but I'm not sure what these last two were.
You know, Jay Anderson was kind of close to the field. Don't know what the call was. With the Beaver players there, it's hard to say if anything happened while he was down on the ground or anything like that.
Yep. You know, from up here, we can't tell if there's any exchange of words or bad sportsmanship or anything like that happens.
The refs are chatting it over.
Yep. Looks like.
And the refs still want to chat a little bit. They're talking to Anderson on the sideline there. Not sure
We have
exactly.
2 fouls on the play.
Here we go.
Number 22 on that offense. That penalty's declined. After the play, good ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 19 on the offense. 15 yards from
Big mistake there by Cornell. That was Thomas Connor. He's the guy who tried to catch the ball and gets an unsportsmanlike conduct. Not exactly sure if it was a little shove, if it was maybe a few words that were exchanged with a couple Beaver players down there. Maybe he said something to the ref. I'm not sure. But again, it was 3rd and 14.
Yep.
Now it's 4th and 27.
Yeah, they just kind of, you know, they get some momentum going, and then they just kind of push themselves down. Here's the punt.
Pretty good punt, just spinning down and takes a Cornell bounce. And he picks it up all the way back at the 8-yard line and makes it to about the 10.
Yep.
That
Colin
was
Mann.
Yep.
Trying to make a return out of it, but
the ball was on the 26, and it got all the way to about the 10-yard line. That's a really good punt.
Yeah.
And like I said, it took a Cornell bounce to go back there another 20 yards. But good punt by Cornell on that down.
I mean, that was from Cornell's almost 20.
Yep.
You know, that's a pretty good punt. You always want to aim for what they call the coffin corner, you know, so you can just put it right, you know, as far as you can get it. And he did a good job of that there.
There's Hill. Gets met in the backfield and keeps those legs turning like we've been talking about all day.
Able to scrap a few extra yards on that run.
Picks up about 3, it looks like.
2nd and 6.
I think Hill is just able to pound past the defense. And they're looking tired now. You know, you see a lot of Cornell defense, you know, hands on the hips, kind of slumping over.
Yeah, and you got to wonder if Bobby Brown, who's having a great game, isn't going to try and take care of some of those corners from Cornell who are getting a little tired and air one out.
To the 21-yard
Good
line.
game by Hill, but there is a flag on the play.
Preliminary indications, a hold on the Beavers.
Yep.
Tried a little misdirection there, was going up on the left side and cut it back up the middle and the right.
Holding, number 70 on the offense. Half the distance from
And
the
that
goal.
was
Still sticking out.
Matt Sefcik with the hold there. You know, he's a senior. Big mistake. Luckily, it's only 2nd down. 2 8-yard pickups, and we've got the first down again. So not the end of the world, but the Beavers are closer to the end zone. Got to watch out back there.
Yep. The careful thing here is you want to get yardage away from the end zone. If they have to turn the ball back over, you know, Cornell's going to be staying in great field position. You know, so at least move the ball down the field. If you can't get a first down, get as far away as you can.
Bobby Brown with a pump
out to Larry
fake.
Marcel.
And Larry Marcel couldn't pull it in after it took a little bop off of the helmet of number 14 for Cornell.
Jeffrey Bolinow got a football in the back of the head.
Yeah,
wasn't probably expecting
wasn't
that.
playing the ball there, was just playing the wideout. And caught a little bounce off the back of the noggin. Now on 3rd and 14, it's a big down for the Beavers. We don't want to turn this ball over.
No.
If you got to punt it, you got to punt it and at least make them play 50 yards worth of football. You don't want to turn the ball over here and give it to them inside the red zone.
Yeah. Another thing is, you know, with the way our special teams line has been doing, you know, you don't want to risk a potential safety or, you know, blocked punt in the end zone.
Yep. And Beavers do catch it, but there was a flag on the play. Let's
Pass
see.
intended for Casey Piotzik. There's a flag on the play.
And my guess is it's going to be against the Beavers.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Number 89 was covered up on the play, went out for a pass. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
So an eligible receiver down the field. That was Jay Nissen, tight end, was a blocker. Had too many guys down the field, and he gets called for the penalty.
Sheldon Farrell back to punt.
So now, punting from the back of the end zone, and the Cornell is looking. They want to all-out block
Yep,
this.
they want to get this one. Sheldon Farrell's going to have to get it off quick.
And he
he
got
does,
it off quick.
but
Let's hope it takes a Beaver bounce,
Yep.
and it does. And he
It
might have
touches
touched
him.
that.
And BV's able to recover it down the field, just past the 50, heading the other way now. That was huge.
You know what, Justin? Sometimes you can't beat luck. We couldn't pick up those long 3rd downs, but you can't coach luck, and that's what the Beavers got there, was lucky.
Yep.
Took a Beaver bounce off of the Cornell
I
player,
guess you could say Beavers take
just
over.
along his
First
feet,
down,
and then the
Beavers.
Beavers recover it.
Yeah.
So again, the turnover difference is +2 for the Beavers. We did have that one interception, but Cornell with 2 fumbles and a special teams flub, Beavers are looking good.
And again, you know, that's just kind of another spark. You know, everything kind of seemed to die down for a little bit here after a couple long possessions. But, you know, 12 minutes left here in this
John
4th
Hill
quarter.
pushes forward.
You know, here's another spark of enthusiasm with an already 25-point lead.
Picks up 2 yards. Going to be 2nd and 8.
So he picks up 2 yards there, John Hill does. 2nd and 8, but we're looking at about the 47-yard line. Things are looking up for the Beavers. Bobby Brown going out for a pass and just quick little dumps it out.
Strong arming. That Cornell defender there, able to work past the yard markers for a first down.
And he just said, hey, I got to get to that pin over there, and he just pushed him along the way to pick up that first down. So now the Beavers at about their 38-yard line, looking at the short end of the field, hoping for another 7 points here.
Going to drop back and pass. A lot of room in front of him.
Bobby Brown
way deep to the end zone, but way out of bounds as well.
Yeah, Bobby Brown rolls out to the far side of the field, but does have a pretty big DN looking right down at him, kind of throws it up. Probably thought, you know, I need to get rid of this ball after waiting for him to break free from that coverage and just couldn't do it, so he throws it out of the end zone. Pretty good play by Bobby Brown there. So we're sitting at about 10 minutes and 45 seconds left in this game. Second and a 9 or so. Be great if Beavers could score a touchdown on this possession. A lot of coverage.
Quick little pass up the middle there.
Almost a little screen to the running back. But there was one player who got it, and we got a flag on the far side of the field, almost by the 20-yard line. The only two people over there were a Beaver receiver and a Cornell corner, and he's not looking too happy. So I think this might be something on Cornell's cornerback out there.
After the play, personal foul, number 10 on the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, automatic first down.
And another personal foul.
Probably a lot of frustration going on out there. Probably shoved a little bit. Or
the defense is probably getting a little frustrated just on how good the Beavers are today. They're running the ball, they're passing the ball. They've got a 25-point lead with 10.5 minutes left, and he might have got beaten, got a little upset. Made a costly mistake because now the Beavers got a fresh set of downs, and they're at the 24-yard line.
Pulling back to the left.
Bobby Brown with a play action. Doesn't have a lot going for him and just makes it back to about the line.
Back. When we were talking about Cornell being frustrated, I mean, BV's got the passing game going for them. They got the running game. They've even got special teams going for them, you know.
No game, 2nd and 10.
They can't figure out how to stop them.
And, you know, Buena Vista, 0-3 this year, haven't won a game. They're not playing like they haven't won a game.
Oh, no.
You know, they lost the first game against University of Wisconsin-Platteville. They lost to Wartburg, a very good Wartburg team last weekend. But the Beavers want this W on homecoming, and they're trying their hardest to get it.
They definitely came out ready to play today. You know, there was no, dang, you know, we've lost these last couple of games. You know, they had all the determination that they needed, and they're doing great for this homecoming crowd. About 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter here. Beavers are in a great position. Handoff run up the middle. And that might be enough for a first down. It is.
6-yard line, 1st and goal, Beavers.
Yep, and I think that was Michael Black, who is another running back. He's also a senior from Tipton, Iowa, and he picks up that first down. So not only do we have Hill having a good game, we've got Black having a good game, and then another running back having a good game. Just good running game for the Beavers today.
Dylan Barrett's just been stepping up and doing his part as well.
And the Beavers thought, well, we've been having good luck pounding the ball on the ground. Let's give it another go. It was first down. If they could have picked up 5 there, it would have been huge. But sitting about their 9-yard line, 2nd down, couple downs to get this in the end zone.
And, you know, it's not a disappointment either because, hey, the run doesn't work. we can go to the pass game. That's been on fire for them as well with
absolutely
Marcel and Weaver in their camp.
And Bobby Brown says, I'll pass it. Shakes off one tackler, but has an incomplete pass. Receiver running across the front there and just couldn't complete it and was a little bit high. But Bobby Brown was under a whole lot of pressure there.
Yeah, he was. It was good evasion back there.
So now 3rd and 9, 3rd and 8. Beavers would love 7 here, but don't forget, that clock's ticking away up there. It did stop on the incomplete pass, but there's only 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in this game with a 25-point lead, and you're in the red zone.
Yeah, this is definitely, you don't want to be going for anything that's not smart. You don't want to be giving up possession. That's good forward motion there.
Yep, Bobby
Down to
Brown,
about the 2.
nobody open, so he just decided to run with it.
Yep.
And he makes it pretty close to about the 3-yard line.
Like I was saying, you don't want to be risking a pass in this situation, throwing an interception when you don't need to.
And I don't know if you can hear it at home, but the Beaver fans are on their feet because the Beaver offense is on theirs. We didn't send the special teams out there. We want to show Cornell we want 7.
They're going with the run, and he is stopped just about 1.5 yards out of the end zone. But this puts a lot of pressure on Cornell now.
Absolutely. You got to be real careful when you're snapping the ball and you're in your own end zone.
Yep.
And they're sitting at about the 1-yard line, 25 points down, 6 minutes and 51 seconds left in the game. They got to be careful here, because we've seen it already. The Beavers have 2 sacks on Cornell, and now is not a good time if you're a Cornell fan to make it 3.
Cornell likes to go with that shotgun offense, and when you're doing a long snap offense, there's always a lot more risk factors that go into losing the ball behind the line of scrimmage in that end zone now.
Absolutely, and Flores did take the ball, and he
is
gets
sacked
take the
for safety.
Flores is brought down for safety.
Great penetration by the Beaver defense there. They were on him right away. He had no time to react. And knowing that, Cornell, you would think, would step up their offensive line game to prevent that.
And Flores is limping a little bit after the tackle. He got bombarded by not one, but a couple Beavers on that safety. So just like
3 or
that,
4 in there.
Yeah, just like that, what was a 25-point game is now a 27-point game. But don't forget, with that safety, we're getting the ball back.
Yeah.
So what was going to be a long Cornell drive can now be a long Beaver drive to really end this game.
I mean, 6 minutes and 48 seconds is a lot of time left on the clock, but I don't know if it's going to be enough for them.
Yep,
I mean,
the last
BV's got to be sitting pretty happy right now.
Yep, the last Beaver drive that resulted in that touchdown, not the last one where they kind of stalled out at the 1, but the one before that was about a 5.5-minute drive.
Yep.
So 6 minutes and 48 seconds left. The Beavers can run a lot of clock off here. You got to assume that between that great running game with Hill, with Barrett, with Black, all those great running backs, they're going to take their time now.
Yep. And the thing about a kickoff after a safety is that it is a longer kick, so BV's going to have even better field position than they would.
They're kicking off from the 20 instead of the 30. 10 yards doesn't seem like a lot.
That would have been a touchdown last time.
Yep. So it's recovered all the way out at the 26-yard line. Good return.
And he gets a lot of open space.
Scratch that, great return.
Colin brings it all the way up to the 38-yard line. There is a flag in the backfield.
So we have a flag in the backfield. Could be a lot of different things, a hold, anything like that, maybe a block in the back, not quite sure yet. So it may come back on the Beavers here, but don't take anything away from the effort there. That was a great return.
Oh, yeah.
Return. Holding. Number 16 on the return team.
Yep, there was a holding.
Foul. First down.
Mason Nielsen was caught with holding there, so the ball's got to come all the way back.
Penalty, the Beavers take over on the 33-yard line. First and
So
10
33-yard line. Still not terrible position. Like we said, they were kicking off from the 20, so still not bad field position for the Beavers, especially with a 27-point lead, and they just got to burn time really anymore.
Yep, 6:38 left on the clock. You know, they can eat up almost a whole the whole rest of the quarter with one possession here.
And a great hole and a big run.
Oh yeah. Gets pushed out of bounds at about the 40.
And the important thing is there, you saw Hill, and he was running towards that sideline, but he had the know-how to get down before he got out.
Yep.
And look at that, the clock's still running. Yep. We're at about 6 minutes and 15 seconds left in the game. And the Beavers got a doable 2nd and 4.
Especially with the way the Beavers have been running the ball. I mean, 4 is an average pop anymore.
Yep.
The
and Cornell's rushing, but they rushed the wrong way. I don't know if you saw that, Justin.
Yep.
He was trying to get in the pile, and I think Hill saw it and said, well, I'll just go to the left if you go to the right.
So not quite enough for a first down, but it looks like about a yard left with the 3rd down.
3rd and a half yard, maybe. Can't even call it a yard. Gotta hope the Beavers can pick this up on a big 3rd down. It'd be huge if they could to keep that clock running. And Bobby Brown
kind of gets caught up back there.
It's gonna be close. It's gonna depend on a ref spot. And they're gonna not the greatest of spots, so it's going to be 4th down for the Beavers. Most likely Jay's going to send the punting team out there because we're under 5 minutes to go with a 27-point lead. Let's not make it any easier
if
for them.
You got to give them the ball. Might as well get it farther down the field for them.
Absolutely. Don't want to make it, easy for them to get down there. I just want to say, while we're waiting for this punt, what a great second half the Beaver offense and defensive has. I mean, they've put up 3 touchdowns and a safety, as well as the defense has allowed 0 points this whole second half.
Yeah.
Cornell was looking pretty good at the end of the second quarter. They had some long passes. They had some completed passes. They were just chipping away, and they were marching down the field. And in the second half, we haven't seen any of that from Cornell.
I mean, BV's losses, their first loss, they gave up 38 points, then 35, and then 27. And now they're only giving up 10 so far.
Yep.
I mean, 4.5 minutes left. I can't see that number getting too much bigger. But Cornell has put up, a total of 49 points in 2 games.
In 2 games, absolutely. And like we said, the Beavers are 0-3, and Cornell's 2-0. They haven't had that Iowa Conference game, as this is the first one for Cornell. But they've been putting up points, the Beavers haven't. And today we're seeing the roles flip as BV put up 37. Cornell's looking like they want to block this punt and get it back at some good field position.
Good penetration, almost. Punt gets down to about the 25.
And the Cornell receiver decides, I'm not going to let this bounce and possibly hit me. I better just catch this one and go down.
Yep.
So 4 minutes, 22 seconds left in the game. Down by 27. You've got the ball at, about the 25-yard line. What do you do if you're the coach of the Cornell Rams?
Well, Cornell did just get a break, and there was an unsportsmanlike on Buena Vista. So they did get a few more yards here, but, you can't hold back anymore. They've had a lot of success with those big plays. you got to go back to those, I think. You know, if you want to get enough points in enough time, you got to start going all the way.
And I just want to point out for you there, Justin, before you get too far, on that play, don't know if Flores is feeling it, but he wasn't in at quarterback. That was actually Thomas Connor, a senior wide receiver.
Huh. Well, he did kind of limp off after that safety tackle, so.
And I'm sorry, I might have been mistaken. I can't quite tell. That might be Barra Quick, the backup quarterback. I can't tell if it's 16 or 19 out on the field.
Looks like 16.
16, yep. And he is the backup quarterback, but Flores is out, and I don't know if Quick is as quick as Flores was, but we got a change in quarterback. You know, with 3.5 minutes left in the game, you want your quarterback that you've trusted on all season to be out there leading that offense, and he's not there right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's been one of the biggest factors, you know, for their 2-0 start. You know, now all of a sudden, after a whole game, you got this quarterback who's, you know, cold, just coming in and trying to make things happen in this high-pressure situation. You know, 3.5 minutes left. You got to keep that ball moving down the field.
Yep. And I will give Quick this. They're playing the same style of offense. They're playing that heavy shotgun offense. Their wide receivers are just doing quick little routes, quick little slants, and he's hitting them, and he's completing passes, and they're picking up 5 yards here, 6 yards there. They are chipping away. They're at the 38 of the Buena Vista Beavers, but we've got just under 3 minutes left in the game.
You know, they do these short passes, and, you know, it's great that they're getting yardage because they need it with an incomplete pass that is not helping them, but it does stop their clock, which was going to be my next point. You know, they're getting these little passes, getting yards, you know, but not big yards, and the clock keeps on running and making it shorter and shorter for the time that they get.
Yep. And an incompleted pass there just overthrew his receiver. So now we're looking at 3rd and 4 at their 38-yard line of the Beavers. I'm sure Cornell wants to pick this up and keep that ball moving. And that's
it's going to be intercepted.
And I could be wrong, but he's looking at the end zone, and he's going to make it.
He's going all the way. That's Max Snelling.
And here's the thing for you, Justin. The Beavers haven't had an interception this season yet.
So they've got their sacks and their interceptions.
No sacks going into the game, no interceptions. They get 3 sacks on a great quarterback and a pick 6 in the 4th quarter with 2.5 minutes left to put the game all but out of reach.
Well, let me just point this out now. Offense has scored, defense has scored, special teams has scored.
That's complete football there by the Beavers today.
Everybody's doing their part, and it is paying off.
And it's good. So that was Max Snelling. That was probably about an 80-yard return for him on that pick 6. Not to put salt in anybody's wounds out there, but I don't think this is going out to the folks in Mount Vernon, to all the Beaver fans that are watching this in Storm Lake. The Cornell sideline is getting a little quiet.
Yeah.
And that's going to be hard for Cornell to overcome it. Not only do they have a big deficit to overcome point-wise, they've lost momentum, they've lost energy, and now they've lost their crowd, which was in the game earlier.
Yeah. And now they're going to start out, you know, they started out 2-0 over the season, and now they're going to be 0-1 in conference play. You know, so instead of going from, you know, this undefeated team, you know, as far as the conference is concerned, you know, they haven't won yet.
Yep. And BV hasn't started a year 0-2 in the Iowa Conference since 2007. To put that in perspective, I was a junior in college in 2007 last time it happened. The Beavers have had some good football teams, and good news is it doesn't look like it's going to happen this year.
Lined up to kick.
So 2.5 minutes left, 2 minutes and 35 seconds to be exact. We've got a 34-point lead, and the Beavers are kicking off to Cornell. Just got to stop them. It's all Beavers got to do now to secure this homecoming win.
Ryan Anderson with a pretty decent kick down to just before the 20.
Pretty good return, made a few guys miss, and takes it out to about the 36-yard line. So after the kick, we're sitting at just under 2.5 minutes, 2:28 left in the game. The Beaver defense comes back out there after an 80-yard interception return for a touchdown. And like I said before, Cornell's playing without their starting quarterback.
Yeah.
They've got the backup quarterback in it. Now, he is a senior. He's probably gotten quite a few reps in those 4 years, and he did complete some passes, but he also made a pretty big mistake.
Yeah. That's one thing that Flores hadn't done up to this point.
And Cornell taking a much more conservative route here, just rushing the ball with 2 minutes and 21 seconds left in the game.
Now at this point, logically, you know they're not going for a win anymore.
Yep.
I think they're just trying to not let BV, add any more insult to injury.
Yep, you don't want to add any more points to the board against you, and you also want to play safe and make sure none of your players get hurt. You're already down Flores. We don't know if it's what it is, why he's hurt, but you don't want to go out there and hurt another good wide receiver, good running back. And, well, I mean, the rush did just work. They picked up about 15 there.
Yep.
Hayden Howard crosses into Beaver territory, brought down at the...
So we're sitting at about 1 minute and 45 seconds left in the game. Cornell's got the ball. They're sitting at the 46-yard line, down by 34. Game's, it's all but a great homecoming here at Buena Vista.
Definitely. I mean, you want to come out playing your best, especially in front of your alumni and the donors of this new field and all that good stuff. And I think they did it. They came out here and everybody was giving 100% effort, and that's ultimately what led to them winning this game.
Yeah, we talked about it before with just over a minute left in the game. The Beavers put up 24 points in the first 3 games. They put up 44 points on this brand new field in front of a great crowd here at homecoming for the Beavers.
And they were playing a team that put up a total of 49 points, and they left them at 10 today.
Yep, and a huge round of applause for the Beaver defense. Keep in mind, in the first 3 games, they scored 38 points the first game, 35 the second, and 27 points against Wartburg last week. The Beaver defense was putting up a lot of points. Not today. They went in, they got 10 points scored on in the first half, and Jay Anderson and the rest of the coaching staff said, guys, you need to tighten up. We need to stop them from scoring, and that's exactly what they did.
I mean, let's point out that, they got the interception for a touchdown. That's 7 points. They also got a safety. The defense has put up 9 points for the Beavers today.
Yep, and the special teams put up 7 with that kick return for the touchdown. And a good open field tackle there for the Beavers. And the important thing is, that was 4th down.
Yep.
We've got 47 seconds left, and the Beavers got the ball. You gotta think that if we took a knee, Cornell wouldn't call a timeout. Maybe they'll make us run the ball out. But this game's in the bag, and it's homecoming 2011, and it's great to be a Beaver.
It is. Brand new stadium, great day out for September, and all the friends and family, alumni, everybody is just here. It's a great day.
Absolutely, and like I said, Bobby Brown just takes a knee. The clock is ticking away. We're at 35 seconds left now. We're going to have to snap the ball once more. And we've got a Beaver W.
We do.
Mark it down. The Buena Vista Beavers are going to be 1-3. And there's the second knee. And the clock's got 20 seconds left. And that's it here at J. Leslie Rawlings Field.
I mean, you want to come out. You want to win for the homecoming crowd. You want to win for the donors. You want to win during the new stadium dedication. And they won big time tonight.
Yep.
Today. The
Beavers just wanted to come out today and show that they're not an 0-3 team.
Right.
Their record may have said it, but the way that Beavers played today, they're not an 0-3 team.
Yep. And everybody's doing their part. You know, you got 44 points. You know the offense is working. It works hard. They got a lot of points. The defense is doing their job. They stopped the points. You know, they only allowed Cornell to put up 10 today. And when everything is just working right, you know, you don't have a close game anymore because a lot of times, you know, one team is just going to be offense or defense.
Yep.
You know, when you actually get them both working, that's when these kinds of blowouts happen.
Absolutely. And they had all three working. Like you said earlier, special teams, defense, offense, everybody was putting up huge points today for the Buena Vista Beavers. And we had a lot of people out there doing it for the Beavers. But right now, as we watch the Super Beaver fans and their
44 push-ups right there.
44 push-ups. I can tell you right now, the E there's getting a whole lot buffer, both of them actually, doing those push-ups. But while they finish those, it might take them a while. We're going to go to a commercial break, and we'll be right back here for the wrap-up of this beautiful 44-10 Buena Vista homecoming win.
For a game against the Spartans of the University of Dubuque. And don't forget to take a kid to the game day. All kids through 8th grade will be admitted free to the football game as long as they're at the table. There's always lots of fun to be had there for the kids.